The Arena League season continues into Week 3, and tonight, two teams heading in opposite directions to begin the season will collide as the winless Iowa Woo will host the undefeated St. Joseph Goats. Along with Jason Eaton, I'm John Molenko coming to you from inside the Unidome. And Jason, here we are, a second home game for the Woo this season as they try to get back on the right track, but should be an electric environment in here tonight as arena football is back in the Cedar Valley here for the third year, and only going upwards here as the Woo are playing in the Unidome, and it should be an awesome atmosphere here tonight for some Arena League action.
Yeah, like you said, kind of two teams going in opposite directions. The Woo 0-2, losing games to Monroe and Memphis, but looking to get back into the win column here tonight, obviously. And then you got St. Joe being 2-0, and they're trying to make get a stronghold on the league. So.
Yeah, and so Iowa enters off losses, as you mentioned, expansion teams, Monroe and Memphis. After opening the season with a 10-point loss to the Greenheads, they fell 50-18 against the Hound Dogs last week in a game that really kind of got away from them right out of the gate. So they'll look to clean up their offense, avoid turnovers, which has cost them in the last couple games, and play more disciplined, which is something that head coach Victor Mann definitely has as a key to the game. Meanwhile, St. Joseph is coming off of a dominant 77-38 win over Ozarks last week, where the offense was absolutely on fire. That was after a 40-14 win over Arkansas in a Friday night season opener, where they pulled away for the lopsided win. So this is a Goats team that has its sights set on big things this year, entering with the top scoring offense as well in the Arena League. So again, St. Joseph is 2-0. Their head coach is Dorsey Golston III. Iowa is 0-2, and their head coach is former Kansas State Wildcat Victor Mann. Our opening throw-off is going to be at 7:05 p.m. here inside the Dome. And I've got an interview with the head coach Victor Mann coming up in just a moment. So we'll play that here. We'll take a timeout, and then stay tuned for Arena League football coming up at 7:05 here on 99 The Wave and Radio on the Go on YouTube.
Did you know Murphy's does water softeners? That's right. Check with Murphy's Heating and Plumbing for water right softeners and filtered drinking water systems for your home. Soft water is important for washing and bathing, and great tasting drinking water. Well, everyone loves that. Get your water right water softener or drinking water system today in Hampton at Murphy's. Also with water heaters, new toilets, furnace filters, and more in stock.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Christensen Jewelry of Hampton is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will be truly treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
Dumont Telephone Company has been in business for over 120 years. Their 8-person staff has a combined total of over 135 years of experience providing high-quality service to the area. They currently provide broadband and streaming video services to several area communities in Butler and Franklin counties. Dumont Telephone Company is currently investing millions of dollars into the latest technology, fiber to the home, to make sure all rural residents have access to a high-quality broadband and streaming video services.
Iowa Woo taking on the St. Joseph Goats coming up at 7:05 p.m. here on 99 The Wave and Radio on the Go on YouTube. I got a chance to talk to head coach Victor Mann, recapping last week's matchup down at Memphis and previewing this one here against the Goats. So I'll go ahead and play that interview right now. Iowa Woo head coach Victor Mann joins me right now on Radio on the Go Sports as the Woo are getting ready for a home game against the St. Joe Goats coming up here this Saturday inside the Unidome. And Coach Mann, appreciate the time as always here today. Going back to last week's tough 50-18 loss against Memphis, what in your opinion were the biggest factors in that one for your team and coming up short that night?
Well, I think Memphis had a lot of energy. You know, it was opening night, that inaugural home opener. I think it was a great atmosphere. The energy was on top, and then we didn't come out and execute like we needed to. We had opportunities early in the game where we missed opportunities, and it bit us throughout the game. So it was like we was chasing from behind early, but can't take nothing away from Memphis being prepared. from our end, I think we just left a lot of opportunities out on the field. Just guys waiting on other guys to make plays, and we just wasn't clicking. We never got into a rhythm on offense. Had a lot of costly turnovers that we shouldn't have had that we got to clean up. And like I said, we just put ourselves in a bad position to try to win a football game.
Yeah, so certainly kind of a tough start to the season for you guys at 0-2 at this point. Are there any, I guess, kind of weaknesses that have been exposed for you guys that maybe you didn't quite anticipate going into this season?
We got hit with a major injury bug coming into the season. Just with our main guy, who's the leader of the team, who was the best player in the league last season, Marcel Brooks. So Marcel Brooks hasn't been with us this season. He's dealt with an injury, major setback that probably is going to sit him out for the rest of the season. So that was a big major blow. So trying to replace the best player in the league, he's the best player in the league. That was also a two-way player. It's kind of put a little wrench in it, but there's no excuses about it. I mean, we got professional guys that has opportunities, and we just got to take advantage of them to the best of our ability.
You bet. Coming into this game or against St. Joe coming up on Saturday, what are going to be the biggest steps you're hoping to make on the offensive side of the ball? I know you said there was a lot of turnovers last week down in Memphis. What's got to go right on offense for you guys this week?
I mean, we just protect the ball, take the plays that the defense give us. I think we put ourselves in a chance to be able to be very competitive throughout the game. One thing about this game, I mean, you get a lot of possessions, so you want to be efficient as you can be. And I don't think we were. I mean, we had a lot of one-possession turnovers and a couple of mistakes with our backs against the wall. And I think we just kind of panicked a little bit as an offense. But, coming with the Ghosts is going to come out. They're going to play a high aggressive volume football where they like to do a lot of possessions. They want to score a lot of points, like the rally a lot with their defense. They're very scrappy. They have one true defensive lineman, number 55, who's a returner from last season. Everybody else is pretty much a lot of skilled DBs, running around, whether they're blitzing, covering. They do a good job using everybody, different disguises with their defense, and they're just going to want to bring a lot of pressure. So I like it, high competitive game. It's a lot of one-on-one matchups, and, the best one-on-one players are going to be the ones that have success on Saturday.
Yeah, and defensively for you guys, what's it going to take this week to hopefully get some more stops this time around and kind of allow your offense to maybe not have to play as tight, maybe not avoid some of those panic type situations that you mentioned?
Well, I'm just being honest with you. Our defense has been playing pretty well, honestly. I mean, I know the score probably seemed like it don't say that with us giving up 50 points, but just being real, I mean, our defense hasn't played bad. Our defense has made crucial stops, turnovers. At times we needed them. We just got to come and have a clean offense and a clean special teams play and put a full game together with everybody. We haven't put a full game together yet, and this will be the week to do it, playing against a good St. Joe team.
Yeah, what are some ways that you're kind of hoping the guys are able to maintain confidence in what you're doing, stay the course, not allow yourselves to really hit the panic button at this point in the season, knowing that, there's still a lot of season left and definitely there's still a lot of room to be able to turn this thing around?
Yeah, it's definitely no panic button. I mean, this is what you sign up for as a professional. I mean, that's what I signed up as a coach. Getting pushed in situations where we got to come out fighting, come out overcoming adversity. I mean, right now, I know going into this game, probably nobody picks us to win, but we don't care about that. I mean, we're coming out there to play and approach the game the way we approach it every week, and that's to compete at a high level and play our brand of football. We haven't done it yet, but, I mean, that's what we're working towards every day, and this needs to be the weekend for us to be able to do that.
What are some of the biggest areas of confidence right now with this team where, if these things go right, you feel pretty good about your chances to come out on top?
Well, the referee blowing the whistle saying game on. I mean, that's all the motivation and confidence part that we need. Just having 4 quarters to be able to compete. I mean, I know we got some guys that really want to go out there and prove that they're real good football players and we're a real good football team. So our confidence in is just having a platform to be able to go out and be professional football entertainers and play high-quality football for our fans.
You bet. And it'll be the third overall game, second regular season game inside the Unidome. A great opportunity for people to come out and enjoy some great football. What's your message to the fans, as far as coming out this Saturday night and hopefully seeing you guys put on a great show?
It's more than us just wanting fans to come out, but we need them to come out. We need the community, the Cedar Valley community, to come out. That's Waterloo and Cedar Falls. We want to be that blending piece to both areas that's sharing this one big community. We want everybody to come out, everybody to enjoy, and everybody to know that we're the community's football team, and we need our fans cheering us on, giving us some of that energy so we can push this thing around and get over the hump.
You bet. Just about out of time here today, but NFL thoughts you'd like to share about the team before we wrap up?
No, we just want to come out and play good, clean football. We enjoy the TAL League, high power football entertainment, have everybody to come out and just let's have us a good, clean game. Coach DG from the other team, he's one of my former players. Love to compete against that guy. Great coach. So it's going to be a special, good, fun moment for us to go out and compete, as coaches. So this will be a good week.
All right, that's Iowa Woo head coach Victor Mann here on Radio On The Go Sports. Appreciate the time as always, Coach, and best of luck here on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, once again, that was Iowa Woo head coach Victor Mann talking about last week's matchup against Memphis and this week's game here against St. Joseph. Well, the Goats are formerly known as the Kansas City Goats. They moved to St. Joseph ahead of the start of this season, so about an hour or so north of Kansas City on Interstate 29, so not too much of a move, but a move nonetheless. One of 8 teams here in the Arena League, and a chance for them to really take a stronghold in the standings, coming in with the highest scoring offense, 2-0. So if they move to 3-0, they'll certainly be regarded as one of the contending teams here in this Arena League. All right, the opening throw-off is coming up, and Iowa will receive. And they'll be moving from left to right, as we see here in this first quarter, down to the north end of the Unidome field. And back to return will be Andre Williams of the Woo. And he is a native of Baltimore, Maryland. We'll go through some of those here as we go along throughout the day, but you got people from all around the United States coming here to play for the Iowa Woo. So Williams is standing back at his own 5-yard line, ready to field this opening throw-off from the St. Joseph Goats. And here it comes. We are underway here in week 3 of the Arena League action. Returnable for Williams back inside the 10-yard line, taking it up the hash marks on the far side. He's across the 25 and down to just about the 20-yard line in St. Joseph territory. And with that, Iowa will have fantastic starting field position as they look to score right out of the chute. So they'll set up shop at the 21-yard line of St. Joseph. And Vernon Sharp starting for the 3rd game here at quarterback for the Iowa Woo. And we'll come out and see if he can put together a cleaner game here this week. Been kind of marred with some interceptions over the last couple games here to start the season. And they'll line up with 2 receivers out to the far side, including Andre Williams, who goes in motion at the snap. Here's Sharp throwing to the left side of the field. It's going to be caught along the boards for a short gain to bring up 2nd down and about 3.
It's like Joshua Neal that time coming up with the catch.
You bet. Neal making the catch, gaining about 3 yards through the air. So Sharp with a 1-for-1 game here to this point. And Neal is a new addition to the roster here this week. Here's a run to the right side as Vernon Sharp down inside the 10-yard line will be chopped down. It'll be a goal-to-go opportunity here for the Iowa Woo. And the player here is a little slow to get up. Trying to see exactly who that was. Was that 55 on the carry? No, that was he'd be the center, so it couldn't be him. I think that was, we'll call that Sharp running down into the inside. Oh, and now he's back to pass here, back at the 20-yard line. Rolling out to the left side. He throws it up at the last second outside the boards. And a bizarre sequence there as Sharp will just lob it incomplete out of bounds. And you don't have a whole lot of room to operate here on this Arena League field, do you? I mean, it's very narrow. It's everything is about half the size as it is on a traditional football field. So, second and goal coming up for Iowa at the 8-yard line of St. Joseph. And Sharp is alone in the backfield this time around. Now he's back to pass, looks to the right. Now he throws over the middle toward the back of the end zone. It's intercepted off the ricochet off the board, and it's going to be a touchback, an interception by St. Joseph, as that one is going to be picked off, and they'll take over after the Sharp interception. So that is not what they were looking to do after that fantastic starting field position. And just like has been the case in a lot of games prior, the Woo burned themselves with a turnover here early on.
Looked like Jocko Willis came up with that interception for St. Joe. All
right, so the Goats will start with 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line. Josh White is the quarterback, wearing number 7 here for the Goats today. And they'll start in the shotgun formation with the running back lined up to the left of the QB. Here's the snap. And White looks to pass, lobs it deep down the left sideline. It's incomplete. He was looking to get it down to Dominic Marshall, the intended receiver, just a little bit past his outstretched arms. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Goats. And Iowa was beat deep several times in their season opener against the Monroe Greenheads. So I can definitely see why St. Joseph would like to try to burn these DBs early on and really set the tone. Here's White, looks to the right. He throws where it's caught by Ryan Martinez over on the far side and gets crashed into the boards after a short pickup. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long and an opportunity for this Iowa defense to come up with a big-time stop.
Ahmad Butler playing that DB position, number 2 down there. He's blitzed twice now. He's putting quite a bit of pressure early on White, making him get rid of the ball quick.
Now back to pass is White. Throws to the far side. He's got a 1st down. He's got Ryan Martinez out in space, still fighting for yardage, and forward progress will be stopped at about the 19-yard line. So a nice pickup there on that 3rd and long play as they move it up from about the 8-yard line to the 19. Picks up 11 yards through the air that time around. And you're going to see a lot of high-scoring action here in this Arena League. Just shy of midfield, about 6 yards, as they look over to the sideline for the play call. There is no huddling in this league. We're down to 10:52 and ticking to go in the first quarter, and here's the snap to White. Back to pass. Now he's going to roll out to the right. He's locked into throwing now. Throws to the left. Oh, it's caught on the near side by Boo Smith, and he gets absolutely crunched by one of the defensive backs of Iowa. That was Joshua Neal coming in and crunching him down. That'll pick up 5 yards through the air as Boo Smith records his first catch of the game. 2nd down and 5, right at midfield. White back to pass. Now he's going to take off upfield between the hash marks on the run. Dives down across the 15-yard line, down to just about the 11 in Iowa territory. So a big-time march down the field on this drive for the St. Joe Goats. Quarterback Josh White takes it down, and they really turn up the tempo here as he picks up about 16 yards. That time around, it's going to be a pick 6 for Iowa, taking it back to the house for the score, and Iowa gets on the board with a 6-0 lead.
I believe that's going to be Frankie Solomon Jr. out of Dallas, Texas, coming up with that interception.
And he had pick 6 the entire way down as Iowa takes a 6-0 lead. Another rule here in this Arena League is that when it comes to the PAT tries, there is no kicking again, so you can either go for 1 from the 5, or you can go for 2 from the 10. So Iowa will elect to go for 2 from the 10-yard line here with 9:51 to go in the first quarter. And now we got a guy coming in late here as one of the Iowa players, Keontae Chavies, kind of topples over the near side boards and gets in and goes in motion. Here's Sharp back to pass on the 2-point conversion attempt. Dancing around, throws it out the back for an incompletion. But nevertheless, Iowa takes a 6-0 lead here with 9:31 to go in the first quarter.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join the Radio on the Go Travel Club for a summer 2026 cruise to Alaska. Get ready to experience glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking views that you won't find anywhere else. Here's Derek from Crown Jewel Travel to tell us more.
From towering mountains to stunning coastlines, Alaska is the ultimate destination for nature lovers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to make unforgettable memories. This isn't just a cruise, it's a journey into the wild beauty of the last frontier. Want to learn more and reserve your spot? Contact me at 641-425-8068 for all the details. This is a trip I'm not going to miss, and I'd love to have you there with me.
Again, contact Crown Jewel Travel to learn more. 641-425-8068. Don't miss out. Start planning your Alaska adventure today with the Radio on the Go Travel Club and Crown Jewel Travel.
A pick six by Frankie Solomon has Iowa on top of St. Joseph, 6-0 here with 9 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the first quarter as we have entered week 3 of Arena League action. John Mowinkle and Jason Eaton with you here, coming to you inside the Unidome. And Jason, a chance for Iowa to take that momentum. They had an interception themselves on offense on their first drive, but that pick six there by Solomon can really turn the momentum in their favor here in this thing. Here comes the throw off. It'll be returnable for St. Joseph at the 10-yard line in their own territory. And not much of a return here as they'll get out to about the 15, maybe the 16-yard line as it's returned by Darius Ely of the Goats.
Yeah, that last drive, John, the Woo defense putting a lot of pressure on early, but as soon as White started using his legs, he really slowed that pressure up.
All right, so St. Joseph will start with first down and 10 at their own 16-yard line. And regardless of where the throw-off return ends, the drive will always start in the middle of the field, halfway between the hash marks. So even if it ends on one side or the other, they still place it at the middle to start every single drive. So 9:15 to go here in the first quarter. And it is continuous clock except for after each score. Now we got Josh White needing to make an adjustment of his helmet, it appears. And we are ready to return to action here. So here we go. Out of the shotgun, White takes the snap. Looking downfield, he throws, and it's going to be short of the intended receiver, Boo Smith. It bounced on the ground. It hit Smith in the face mask. So that'll bring up second down and 10. Josh White now 3 for 6 passing, including that pick six that he threw to Frankie Solomon of the Woo.
Kyvon Smith coming off the edge that time, blitzing full speed, and White has to get rid of the ball real quick.
Second down and 10 from the 16-yard line in their own territory, as it's an empty backfield here now for White. Well, now there is a running back in the formation there. Oh, there was some movement up front, and a flag comes in. And we'll get the indication here from the referee momentarily as someone took off early. The initial indication is that it's against Iowa. All right, so Iowa jumps off sides as Joshua Gary Turner jumped into the neutral zone before the snap. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty, making it second down and 10 at the 21-yard line. St. Joseph in their own territory. White lining up in the shotgun formation. There is a running back lined up to his left. There were no players on the roster this week listed as running backs for either team. White takes off outside the pocket and gets rid of it, throws over the middle and finds Martinez. He's still on his feet as he tries fighting across midfield and taken down along the near hash marks at about the 23-yard line of Iowa territory. So that'll be just enough to move the sticks, and a nice pass completion for Josh White of the Goats. Now they quickly move it downfield here again to the end zone, leaping up and incomplete. They were looking for Ryan Martinez down there in the end zone, but great coverage by the secondary of Iowa to cause the incompletion.
Bit of a missed opportunity there for the Woo as Martinez was double covered that time.
Now it's second down and 10 at the 23-yard line of Iowa. Ball spotted in the middle of the field. They are going to hand the ball off, and this is going to get blown up in the backfield. Iowa gets a big-time defensive stop with Kyvon Smith out of Independence, Missouri, right next door to St. Joseph.
47.5 tackles last season, and he's got himself another one here.
That'll be a loss of 7 yards on the sack, and now it's 3rd down and long here for the St. Joseph Goats. They'll snap it at the 21-yard line in their own territory. The line to gain is the Iowa 13. Here's White, back to pass, looks downfield and throws to the left. He's got his intended receiver, that's Marshall. Cuts it back to the middle, but he's going to be well shy of the sticks. That one only picks up about 5 yards on the play. All right, now we got our first 4th down situation of the game. And so the options here are to either go for it or surrender, and they are going for it on 4th down and 10. White now going to take off upfield, keeping it between the hash marks, and then tries to cut it outside. And he's going to be stopped short. Iowa will take over on downs. Jason, did it appear that he pitched it or something?
He did pitch it. Yeah, he pitched it to, I believe that's Andreas Ely.
All right.
Or
Adarius Ely. So he'll get the credit on that rush, picking up about 8 yards, but ultimately turning it over on downs back to Iowa. They'll start at their own 15-yard line. Iowa 6, St. Joseph 0. 6:39 to go here in the first quarter, and the Woo have a chance to go up multiple possessions if they're able to put it in the barn here. Again, it is a fast-paced type of formula that teams use here in the Arena League. So we're going to see high scoring. Looks like a decent amount of people have made their way over to the west side seating area. Andre Williams motioning in the backfield, now takes off to the right. And here's the snap to Sharp. Looking downfield to pass, now flushed out to the left, looks to throw. Heaves deep toward the end zone, but well past his intended receiver, over top the boards and out of bounds. So yeah, you'll see a lot more quarterbacks be able to throw the entire length of the field here in this league, as that one came from the 5-yard line all the way down to the opposite end zone. 2nd down and 10 now from their own 15. And let's take a look at today's colors of the game, as Iowa is rocking a slightly different look than they did for the season opener. Black helmets, black jerseys with blue numbers. As there's a handoff on the outside to Andre Williams, looks to cut it to the left, but goes backwards for about 4 yards. -4 that time for Williams. And the Woo now have 2 rushes for 3 yards as a team. By the way, the pants are the difference in the uniforms. For the season opener, they had black pants. This time they have gray pants. Now it's 3rd down and long. 3rd and 14 to be exact. The line to gain is the 25-yard line. That's midfield. Sharp starts out of the shotgun, and he's back to pass. He is going to get sacked back inside the 5-yard line as he gets absolutely toppled down by Joko Willis of the Goats. So Iowa had an opportunity to take a multi-possession lead, but they could not connect. As this will be a loss of about 8 yards on the sack of Vernon Sharp. And they are going to go ahead and just surrender here rather than attempting to go for it on 4th down from deep in their own territory. So that means that St. Joseph will take over at their own 15-yard line. 4:52 to go here in the first quarter. Iowa Woo 6, St. Joseph Goats 0. By the way, the colors of the game for St. Joe, they've got black helmets, white jerseys with black numbers, and white pants. So a pretty well contrasted look here between the teams, despite having very similar color schemes. So here is Josh White, starting out of the shotgun formation, and he takes the snap, looking downfield to throw. Being flushed out to the right. He throws down the middle, wide open receiver. It's caught and dropped. Holy cow, that was just dropped by Malik Wilson, who's listed as an athlete on the roster. And that was not much of an athletic play right there, in and out of his hands when he could have had a wide open touchdown.
Eyes got too big that time on him, and it just slips right through his hands.
Now they'll go for it here on 2nd down and 10. Still at their own 15-yard line. Here's the snap. And White is going to get taken down in the backfield. So this Iowa Woo defense, that was for Iowa getting the sack was Jamie Vicente Colon out of Orlando, Florida, getting the sack, pushing St. Joseph even further backwards as this play loses 4. So another opportunity for a 3rd and long situation here for this Iowa defense. 3rd and 14, St. Joseph from their own 11-yard line. Now it's White, back to pass again from his own end zone. He's going to dump it off. It's going to be caught, but only back to the line of scrimmage, as that again was number 10, Malik Wilson. And they're going to call that no gain on the play. All right, this will be an interesting decision for St. Joseph on this 4th and long, and it appears that they are just going to surrender. All right, there it is. There's the St. Joseph surrender. And Iowa takes over with 3:17 to go in the first quarter, back to their own 15-yard line. All right, Jason, if Iowa wants to get into the win column here for the first time this season, they got to capitalize here. Leading 6-0. Got to go up multiple scores here on a St. Joseph team that is coming in here 2-0. This is a big-time drive coming up for the Woo.
You bet. I mean, their offense has been pretty stifled here in the first. Defense looks great, but the offense just can't get anything going.
The touchdown, by the way, was a pick 6. Sharp and a QB keeper, faking the handoff, taking it to the house for the Iowa Woo touchdown. It was a read option. The running back went right. Sharp took it left, and Iowa takes a 2-score lead at 12-0. 35 yards on that touchdown run by quarterback Vernon Sharp. And there's still one of the St. Joseph players standing back, thinking that there's a penalty. But Jason, I don't think there's any flags on the field here, not that I can tell.
I don't see any. He's arguing a case with the ref, though.
And now everyone is walking back. This one might get nullified here. All the players from both teams are walking back toward the original line of scrimmage. We got some Iowa players here on the near sideline with their arms in the air, wondering what in the world is going on, because there was no flag thrown on the play.
I think that's Michael Reynolds down there for St. Joe. He's been talking to the ref the whole time since that touchdown scored.
Well, is the referee going to tell us something here? Looks like they... Oh. All right, so the run lane violation comes into play here as Sharp took it outside the hash marks on that run. So the rule again for that is if the quarterback is to run with the football, he has to cross the line of scrimmage between the hash marks. And if he does not do that, then it results in that penalty. So that did not happen at all in the season opener. So that is the first time I have seen that. And it looked like it probably was pretty close to the hash marks. So it was kind of, I don't know, it was really close. But let's see if Iowa can bounce back from that as they'll have 1st and long now. Sharp in the end zone. He's in trouble. He's going to get bottled up for a safety. It'll be a loss of 7 yards and 2 points to St. Joseph. Holy cow, Jason. You go from a long 35-yard touchdown run by Vernon Sharp, and then it turns into a sack with St. Joseph getting on the board with a safety.
Yeah, just a momentum killer for the Woo. But, you know, like I said, they've been playing really good defense, but the offense right now just having a lot of trouble.
All right, so that'll be a safety for St. Joseph here with 2:42 to go in the first quarter. Our score now, Iowa 6, St. Joseph 2. We'll be back in a moment.
To skyrocket your brand's visibility? Look no further. On the Go Media delivers cutting-edge digital advertising solutions tailored just for you. Reach your audience wherever they are with precision targeting and captivating content. Elevate your brand with On the Go Media. Your digital success starts here. Contact us today. Email radio@radioonthego.com to grow your business with On the Go Digital. Locally owned and operated in Hampton, Iowa.
2:42 to go in the first quarter. Iowa Woo 6, St. Joseph Goats 2, as Vernon Sharp, the quarterback for the Woo, gets sacked in the end zone. And here comes the throw off down to St. Joseph. It's returnable back at the 5-yard line for Darius Ely. Trying to take it left and gets toppled over at about the 15-yard line in their own territory. All right, well, let's see if this Iowa Woo defense can dig deep here and get a stop. They've got a couple of those here in the game so far. They forced St. Joseph into a surrender on one of the previous drives.
Now we get a flag.
All right. Block in the back called against the Goats. All right, so that'll be half the distance to the goal from the 16, so they'll back it up to the 8. And they will bring it actually to the 6-yard line.
Right about where Ely fielded the throw-off, so.
Yeah.
Got St. Joe pinned deep here. Let's see if we can get a blitz somewhere and create some pressure.
All right, here we go as the drive for St. Joseph begins back at their own 6-yard line with quarterback Josh White starting in the shotgun. Dropping back to pass from the end zone. Goes deep, loading up to the right side, looking for Boo Smith, catches it at the 10-yard line, tumbles over, gets back up on his feet, takes it to the house for the score. And with that, the Goats have an 8-6 lead.
Almost thought Solomon Jr. was going to have another interception there as he leaped up to get that one, but it was just enough over his head to get the pass completed.
So 44 yards to Boo Smith, and St. Joseph takes an 8-6 lead in a game that has featured a lot of first quarter momentum shifts. The undefeated Goats now have a chance to really put the pedal to the metal here. They're going for one from the 5-yard line. White takes the shotgun snap, lobs it up, corner of the end zone, and past the boards. It's incomplete. 55 seconds to go in the first quarter. Goats 8, Woo 6.
Christensen Jewelry of Hampton is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will be truly treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
It was a 44-yard touchdown pass from Josh White to Boo Smith for the St. Joseph Goats. And they take an 8-6 lead over the Iowa Woo with 54 seconds to go in the first quarter. And here comes the St. Joseph throw off. Here it comes from the end zone. It'll be returnable for the Woo. It'll bounce into the end zone and going to be picked up by St. Joseph here. That could have been a live ball if it was traditional football, but not the case here as they let it bounce into the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the Woo will take over at their own 5-yard line as Andre Williams lets it bounce. All right, 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It is a continuous clock except for after scores, so even on incompletions, the clock continues to run. And now we got a member of the St. Joseph coaching staff out in their huddle, make sure everyone's on the same page here, as this is a chance to really put the pedal to the metal if St. Joseph is able to pick up a stop here. Again, the Woo's only score has been a pick 6. So their offense has not been able to do anything here in this first quarter. Sharp will take the snap from the end zone as the line of scrimmage is their own 5-yard line. Trying to avoid a sack, pump fakes, throws to the near side, and it's incomplete. He was looking to squirt it away to Trey Henderson here on the near side on a dump off, but it goes incomplete. Sharp now just 1 of 5 passing today for 3 yards, including that interception on his 3rd throw of the game. And that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. There it is. The officials blow it dead. St. Joseph 8, Iowa 6. Let's head to the second quarter next.
Heating and plumbing.
When it comes to plumbing, heating, and air conditioning, choose Murphy's Heating and Plumbing of Hampton. Check murphysheating.com.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join the Radio on the Go Travel Club for a summer 2026 cruise to Alaska. Get ready to experience glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking views that you won't find anywhere else. Here's Derek from Crown Jewel Travel to tell us more.
From towering mountains to stunning coastlines, Alaska is the ultimate destination for nature lovers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to make unforgettable memories. This isn't just a cruise, it's a journey into the wild beauty of the last frontier. Want to learn more and reserve your spot? Contact me at 641-425-8068 for all the details. This is a trip I'm not going to miss, and I'd love to have you there with me.
Again, contact Crown Jewel Travel to learn more. 641-425-8068. Don't miss out. Start planning your Alaska adventure today with the Radio on the Go Travel Club and Crown Jewel Travel.
Looking to skyrocket your brand's visibility? Look no further. On the Go Media delivers cutting-edge digital advertising solutions tailored just for you. Reach your audience wherever they are with precision targeting and captivating content. Elevate your brand with On the Go Media. Your digital success starts here. Contact us today. Email radio@radioonthego.com to grow your business with On the Go Digital. Locally owned and operated in Hampton, Iowa.
Christensen Jewelry of Hampton is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will be truly treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
Murphy's Heating and
The second quarter is coming up here inside the Unidome as the St. Joseph Ghosts lead the Iowa Woo 8-6. Take a look at some other scores around the Arena League tonight. The game of the week is down in Monroe, Louisiana, where they lead Arkansas 13-6 late in the first quarter of that one. Out in Grand Island, Eau Claire has a 13-12 lead over Nebraska. First snap of the second quarter is coming up here momentarily. Vernon Sharp back to pass, throws to the near side, caught along the boards for a gain of about 4-ish yards.
Neal picking up another reception for the Woo.
Joshua Neal, number 10, makes the grab that time around, and it brings up a 3rd down and 6 situation from the 9-yard line in their own territory. Here's the snap to Sharp. Being chased back to his end zone, has to get it away, fires it downfield and out of bounds toward the permanent seating here inside the Unidome to bring up 4th down. Also, Memphis is at Ozarks, and they are tied at 6 early in the second quarter of that one. All right, so the Woo will do the surrender here, causing St. Joseph to take over back at their own 15-yard line. 14 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the second quarter. St. Joseph 8, Iowa 6. And let's take a look at some of the stats here so far. Woo quarterback Vernon Sharp is 2 for 7 passing, including 1 interception. Just 7 yards through the air for him. He's got -8 rushing yards. The team as a whole has -8 rushing yards on 5 attempts, good for an average of -1.6. And the receptions leader is Josh Neal. He's got 2 for 7 yards. So he is the only player on the team to have caught a pass to this point. Total offense for Iowa, -1 yard in the game. St. Joseph quarterback Josh White is 7 of 12 for 74 yards with a touchdown and interception. His passer rating is 120.97 here at this point. All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 here for St. Joseph at their own 15-yard line. White, the QB, back to throw. Loads up deep down the middle of the field, looking for it all. Tipped into the hands of Dominic Marshall for the long touchdown. 35 yards on that score, and St. Joe goes up multiple possessions. Back-to-back deep touchdowns from quarterback Josh White. Well, Jason, we expected a high-scoring game out of the league best offense that is St. Joseph. And they are cranking up the intensity here early on in the second quarter. They're going to go for one from the 5-yard line to try to make this a 15-6 lead. Here's the snap to White over the middle, wide open receiver in the end zone. That's Dominic Marshall again. And with 13-18 to go here in the second quarter, the St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 15-6.
Because you deserve the best.
Ready to refresh your bath or kitchen? Murphy's Heating and Plumbing has your perfect match. From stunning showers to modern toilets, explore endless possibilities in Murphy's exclusive vendor showroom. Stop by on Highway 3 East in Hampton or call for your personal showroom tour. Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, transforming your dreams into reality.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
$13:15 to go here in the second quarter. St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 15-6 after the 35-yard touchdown through the air. Here is the throw-off, returnable for the Woo. Back to the 10-yard line here and brought down around the 11 or 12-yard line. That is where they will start this drive, and a flag comes in, multiple flags, in fact, at the very end of the play. Maybe some pushing and shoving and things of that nature going on. So now the officials have another thing to get sorted out here. But another case of the Iowa Woo secondary getting burned deep. And man, teams across the league are going to start to see that and just throw bombs every time. So the officials sort this out. Woo will return to action next Saturday night at Eau Claire to begin the first of 3 consecutive on the road. At Eau Claire on June 20th, at the Nebraska Siege on June 27th, and then they'll be at St. Joseph, a return trip to take on the Goats on July 10th. Next home game will be Saturday, July 18th, so over a month from now, between now and the next home game. Kind of an unusual quirk in the schedule, as the Woo end up with 3 straight road games. And after that, they'll have another home game against the Nebraska Siege in the regular season finale. That's a Sunday game on July 26th at 4:05 p.m.
Referees still trying to sort all this out.
Yeah.
By the way it looked at the end of the play, I'm going to guess this is going to be some offsetting penalties.
You would imagine if it's just, you got people pushing and shoving. There were no punches thrown or anything of that nature, at least that we could tell here from up in the press box. But yeah, you want to make sure everyone's got cool heads and things like that, especially with how early on in this game we are still. And now we got the head referee coming over to talk to Victor Mann. And he had a rather
short conversation.
Yeah, rather short conversation. Victor's reaction was, it wasn't positive, it wasn't negative, I guess. But and now the officials get back and talk again with each other.
And we do have a player walking off here for the Woo. That's going to be Ty Anderson.
So it could be an ejection here, possibly. Yeah, they're still getting it all sorted away here. The clock has stopped with 12:59 to go here in the second quarter. And yeah, we're not getting any sort of indication one way or the other up here. But yeah, it appears there may be an ejection with a player walking over toward the locker room area. So both teams have come out onto the field ready to snap the ball. And it looks like we might finally get an announcement here from the head referee. So number 3 of St. Joseph, that is Nasir Greer, and number 20 of Iowa, I think they meant 25, Ty Anderson. That's who was walking off the field. So the Woo will take over at their own 15-yard line after the offsetting penalties. Here with 12:59 to go in the second quarter. St. Joseph leads Iowa 15-6. And the head ref tosses the game ball up to the line judge. Actually start at the 16-yard line for this particular drive. All right, so here we go. There is movement up front. There's some flinching up there. Some people took off before the snap. So we will come to a grinding halt here once again. Did he say offense number 55? He pointed defense, but
Michael Reynolds that time trying to get the early start. The Woo drawing him offside.
Yeah. All right, well, they'll move up to the 21-yard line here. Just 4 yards shy of midfield. So that'll make it first down and 5 for the Woo. At the 21-yard line in their own territory, down to 12:44 and ticking to go in the second quarter. Sharp alone to the backfield. He takes the shotgun snap, looks downfield, throws a deep right, incomplete, past his intended receiver as he was looking to get it to Andre Williams on the fly route. Sharp now just 2 of 8 passing for 7 yards, including an interception. Still, Iowa's only score of the game was a pick 6 by Frankie Solomon very early on. But their offense has not been able to generate anything.
We're going to get a timeout on the field from the Woo.
All right, let's take a look at some of the other scores once again here. Arkansas has taken a 15-13 lead over Monroe just underway in the second quarter down there. The Memphis Hound Dogs and Ozark Lunkers are tied at 12. And the Nebraska Siege lead the Eau Claire Axemen 18-13 with 13:43 and ticking to go in the second quarter. That one taking place in Eau Claire tonight. All right, well, let's see what's coming up in the Arena League next week for week 4. Is after next week we'll be to the halfway point of the season already. Iowa will be at Eau Claire, Nebraska will be at St. Joe, Ozarks will be at Arkansas, and Monroe will be at Memphis. Rounding out the first half of the Arena League schedule. Everyone is off for week 6. That is the league-wide bye week. And then they'll be back to action week 7 after that. So now it's second down and 5 for the Woo after the incomplete pass. Here's Sharp, rolls out to the right, locked into pass, and he's going to get slung down to the backfield for a sack. Loss of 7 yards back to the 14-yard line. Sacked for the 3rd time of the game is Vernon Sharp. He's now got 4 rushes for negative 15 yards. And the Iowa offense as a whole has negative 8 yards of total offense.
Puts the Woo back into a 3rd and long situation.
Yeah, Jason, I'm no math expert, but that is not very good to have negative yards in the second quarter.
No, and
sorry, go ahead.
No, and early on, I mean, Sharp, had that run and
things were looking good. Now it's 3rd down and 11. Here's Sharp, throws it right. This is going to be caught at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard at best on the short curl route to Kyvon Smith. And they were hoping that he was able to get in some space after the catch, but that simply just did not happen, as he was swallowed up immediately by one of the defensive backs of St. Joseph. Well, Iowa in a situation here where they feel like they got to go for it. They're keeping the offense on the field here on this 4th down with 10:55 to go in the second quarter. Or no, and they're going to surrender here, it appears.
Yeah, Sharp early on with that run. They haven't gone back to the run since, so I'm kind of surprised there.
Yeah.
When he had some space, he was gone.
And remember, he did have that, what appeared to be a long touchdown run as well of 35 yards, but ended up getting called for the running lane penalty, which of course only exists in this league, not in traditional football. But the Goats will take over at their own 15-yard line, leading 15-6 with 10:52 to go in the second quarter here. All right, so they'll line up with one receiver on the near side, 2 out to the far side. That's the left side from our perspective. And here is White back to pass, pump fakes. Now he's going to take off in the running lane, gets across the hash marks and gains maybe 2 or 3 yards after he was taken down by Douglas Tucker of the Iowa Woo. So just a few yards on the ground that time. Here's a throw over the middle for an incomplete pass. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 to go situation.
White trying to connect that time with Marshall. He's been a popular receiver for Josh White tonight.
All right. Now we got a whistle and a flag right at the snap.
I think
And we'll see what this is all
Martinez in
about.
motion there is going to be offside, and I think that was snapped. He was already beyond the line of scrimmage.
All right, and an offensive offside call, and that kind of gives us a chance to highlight another different rule here in this league. At the snap, the player in motion can be moving forward, which you cannot do in traditional football. But here in the Arena League, you can be moving straight forward at the snap of the ball if you are in motion. And now, yeah, that just happened again. They blow it dead. It was an interception by the Woo, but obviously not going to count. It was Ryan Martinez who got past the line of scrimmage, and that's probably more of a snap count cadence type of error. They called it on the defense.
Yeah, offside on the defense this time. Is the entire D-line jumped that time. But yeah, it was definitely close with Martinez in motion. But that one doesn't go the Woo's way, and 5 yards further forward for St. Joe.
3rd down and 7. Here's White back to pass. Pump fakes twice. Now he throws it to the near side of the field where it is caught and taken down across the 25 to about the 20-yard line. Making the catch that time was number 10, Malik Wilson, on the reception for the Goats.
You know, you can hear these guys running into those boards down there. I know they got padding on them, but if you can hear it, you got to imagine that kind of hurts, John.
Definitely. White back to pass, now rolling out to the right. Line of scrimmage is the 21-yard line. Throws it to the near side where he's got his intended receiver. That's Martinez. And now we got whistles here after the play comes to a close. And the Woo are going to call a timeout. So from the 21 down to the 13-yard line, that is a pickup of 8 yards through the air to Ryan Martinez, who now has 4 receptions for 28 yards. Boo Smith and Dominic Marshall each have 2 catches for 49 yards. Leading receivers for the Ghosts right there. Right now, Josh White is 10 of 16 passing for 135 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Good for a passer rating of 141.50. 2nd down and 2 coming up after the Iowa Woo timeout, of which they have 1 left here in this first half. Meanwhile, the Goats still have all three of theirs. There's 8:59 to go in the second quarter, and St. Joseph leads Iowa 15-6. So White starts in the shotgun formation.
Another offside.
It's just flag after flag here in this game. This time they did let the play continue, but I think it may be ultimately nullified, but we will see what the result of this ends up being. On all the previous ones. All right, so the penalty yardage will give St. Joseph the first down after it was 2nd and 2. Not only that, it'll be a goal-to-go situation, as the line of scrimmage will be the 8-yard line of Iowa. And again, Jason, the Woo continue to just shoot themselves in the foot with these penalties. Penalties and turnovers, that's the discipline that Coach Victor Mann was talking about in the pregame. Just has not been a strong point for the Woo this year.
When you got to wonder if White's going to take off running here. And
he goes to the right side. He's locked into pass. Lobs it up across the field. It was caught. His helmet came off. And the play gets blown dead here. Now what do we have here is Malik Wilson. That was bizarre.
I got to imagine if the helmet comes off, it's automatically a dead play at that point.
So ultimately, it's just going to be no gain and a catch for 0 yards there for Malik Wilson. And he's turned into one of the favorite targets here for White. He's back to pass, dances around to the pocket, throws it to the near side. This time it is caught by Smith. And he did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Swallowed up for a loss of about 6 yards. Back at the 15, more like 7 yards. Well, there'll be a loss of about 5 by the time it's all said and done. Boo Smith backwards for 5. That was already the 18th pass attempt of the game for Josh White. And the Goats now face 3rd down and goal from the 13-yard line of Iowa. Throw to the left side. It is caught by Caldwell. Taking it down the sideline, fighting for the corner of the end zone, and he is going to be short of the goal line. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 1. P.J. Caldwell, with his first reception of the game, takes it downfield for 12 yards, just shy of the score. All right. Let's see if the Woo defense can come up with the clutchest stop of the game so far. Now you got 2 motion man. It's going to be a handoff. Run play to the left, fighting for the goal line and in for the touchdown. Ryan Martinez on the 1-yard rush for St. Joseph. And the Goats extend their lead to 21-6. A 1-yard touchdown plunge by Martinez. And they will go for 1 from the 5-yard line. Well, the Goats going up by 2 scores now. It took a while for their offense to get going, but it definitely has here over the last couple of possessions. Going for the 1 here. Locked in to throw is the quarterback White. Throws to the back of the end zone where it's caught by Boo Smith for the 1-point conversion. And with 6:12 to go in the second quarter, it's St. Joseph 22, Iowa 6.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join the Radio on the Go Travel Club for a summer 2026 cruise to Alaska. Get ready to experience glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking views that you won't find anywhere else. Here's Derek from Crown Jewel Travel to tell us more.
From towering mountains to stunning coastlines, Alaska is the ultimate destination for nature lovers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to make unforgettable memories. This isn't just a cruise, it's a journey into the wild beauty of the last frontier. Want to learn more and reserve your spot? Contact me at 641-425-8068 for all the details. This is a trip I'm not going to miss, and I'd love to have you there with me.
Again, contact Crown Jewel Travel to learn more. 641-425-8068. Don't miss it.
6:12 to go here in the second quarter. St. Joseph Goats 22, Iowa Woo 6. Ja'Kalen Jackson out there to do the throw off for the Goats. Here it comes with Andre Williams back to return for the Woo. He fields it at his goal line. Now takes off to the right, takes it up the hash marks. Toppled down at about the 5-yard line. Thought there was a chance for the play to continue, but he was not able to squirt free. And so a long field to drive for the Woo, about 45 yards to go here as we get rolling into this one. Well, Jason, the Woo are going to have to come up with some offense. Otherwise, this is looking like it could get out of hand here in favor of the Goats.
Yeah, it's go time for the Iowa Woo. You got to come away with something here. 6 points, 7 points, 8 points, something. Otherwise, as you said, it's the offense with Smith is just rolling right now for St. Joe.
And the defense of the Goats has gobbled up 3 sacks here as of late as well of Vernon Sharp, as he's not had good protection up front either. So 1st and 10 for the Woo, starting this drive from their own 5-yard line. Sharp back to throw, sets the feet, fires it over the middle. Line drive pass is going to be caught at about the 19-yard line. And it'll be a first
the ground.
Incomplete. As they were looking to get it down to Joshua Neal over the middle. But yeah, apparently it did just hit the ground. And another tough break for the Woo as Vernon Sharp is now only 3 for 10 passing. And checking the replay, yeah, that definitely was bobbled around there. This is going to be intercepted by the Goats. Taking it back inside the 10-yard line. Fighting for more yardage is Nasir Greer. And yet another interception thrown by Vernon Sharp. This one the second of the game, and we're still only in the first half.
Sharp been under a lot of pressure today, and once you get outside those hashes, he has to pass. That's been another problem. He can't take off running.
Yeah.
So once he gets out of those hashes, he's committed to pass, and I think he could definitely make some plays with his legs, but he's just getting flushed out of that pocket so much.
Now a short field here for the Goats. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line of Iowa. Malik Willis is back in there. He's listed as that athlete. 3 catches for 18 yards for him.
He did drop that wide open pass earlier.
And now we got the refs bringing in a different game ball. Got a place down, and we are ready to roll. 4:56 to go here in the first half. The Goats lead the Woo 22-6. Now White in the shotgun. Markson takes the snap. Sidearm throw to the near side. It's Wilson taking it down the sideline. Still on his feet, fighting for the goal line, and he's in for the Goats touchdown. Malik Wilson with his first score of the game. This one from 10 yards out, and St. Joseph has it on cruise control right now, extending their lead to 28-6.
They're going to go for 1.
Either that or they're going to... Did they rule that he was short of the goal line?
Well, they're down there discussing it, but the referee signaled he was in.
Yeah.
And they're going to say he's short.
Yeah, looking at the replay here. They say that forward progress was apparently stopped just short. He got crashed into the wall by number 15 of the Woo, Frankie Solomon Jr.
They're going to set this about the 2-yard line.
So they say it was only a gain of 8 instead. Interesting, because the far side referee, who's looking right down the goal line, he should have a good view of that. And it sounds like they're going to go ahead and review this one and try to figure out where exactly the forward progress was stopped.
Red flag is on the field, so yeah, the challenge from the sideline.
Did they say who challenged? I didn't think they said who challenged. Let's check the replay here again. Man, it almost looked like he might have reached across. So I don't know. This is probably going to be tough to
It's going to be close.
overturn.
Yeah, it's going to be too close.
Because, I mean, when it comes to the camera angles they have in here, they don't have any that are right down the goal line. They only have like from end to end. I don't know. This replay I'm watching here, you could definitely say that there's a chance he might be across. I don't know. It's going to be extremely close down there.
Oscar Scott, the center for St. Joe's, got his arms up as if to signal it's a touchdown.
Yeah. I just don't think there's a definitive camera angle, though, because if there was, I think this would be a rather simple review. But the fact that it has taken so long probably means that they're trying to just figure it out. But also, that referee was pretty confident that it was a touchdown. I mean, he threw the hands up right away. So, I don't know. Well, you got some sporadic people in the crowd over on the west side seating here inside the dome. Definitely. Oh. Down at the 1, they say. Okay. So it'll be pickup of 9 through the air to Malik Wilson.
Brings up second down for the Goats.
An efficient game for Josh White, 14 of 20 for 151 yards. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And here we go, second down and goal from the 1. White in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws to the back of the end zone, where it is caught for the St. Joseph Goats touchdown.
It's like Ryan Martinez for them with the touchdown reception.
That was number 3, Nasir Greer, actually a defensive back, coming up for his first catch of the game. Get him marked down on the stat sheet here. I did not have him listed on my offensive stat sheet because he's listed only as a DB. So, but the 3rd touchdown pass of the game right there for quarterback Josh White. And now they're going for 1. They might do a halfback pass here or a wide receiver pass, and they do get it in for 2. It was a throw out to the far side of the field where it was caught by Boo Smith. Then he was able to find Malik Wilson open in the end zone for the score. So that'll make it an 8-point possession for the St. Joseph Goats. And they extend their lead to 29-6 here with 2:53 to go in the second quarter.
Start planning your Alaska adventure today with the Radio on the Go Travel Club and Crown Jewel Travel.
Looking to skyrocket your brand's visibility? Look no further. On the Go Media delivers cutting-edge digital advertising solutions tailored just for you. Reach your audience wherever they are with precision targeting and captivating content. Elevate your brand with On the Go Media. Your digital success starts here. Contact us today. Email radio@radioonthego.com to grow your business with On the Go Digital. Locally owned and operated in Hampton, Iowa.
Here comes the throw off and a returnable throw off down the near sideline for the Woo. And they'll run into the boards here on the near side at about the 25-yard line. And Iowa will take over near midfield, down 29-6 to the St. Joseph Goats. There's 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in this second quarter. Nearing halftime here inside the dome. They're not playing on the traditional Unidome field. They bring in a brand new field here for this Arena League game, 50 yards long. The corners of the end zone are flattened off as well because this is typically played in like basketball or hockey arenas, which have that shape near the corners. Now Vernon Sharp will take the shotgun snap from the 23-yard line. Here it is. Looks downfield to pass, and it's incomplete. He's looking to get it to Stefan Chapman over the middle for the short pass, but no dice on that one. Sharp now just 3 of 12 passing for 8 yards. And there's the 2-minute timeout. Goats 29, Woo 6. We'll be back in a moment. We're in the 2-minute timeout here of the first half. The St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 29-6 inside the Unidome. It's week 3 of the Arena League action. John Mowinkle, Jason Eaton with you here, and the Woo offense just has been stagnant throughout. Vernon Sharp, the quarterback, is 3 of 12 passing for 8 yards, including 2 interceptions. He also has negative 15 rushing yards because he's been sacked thrice. And the total offense for Iowa in this one is negative 6 yards. So that is not too good right there. And in fact, there might be a calculation wrong here somewhere. Yeah, I think he's only 2 of 12 passing. I don't know if I accidentally punched in a number somewhere. I'll get that figured out here at halftime. But nevertheless, not a good offensive outing here for the Iowa Woo, trailing 29-6 as the 2-minute timeout is over with.
2nd and 10 here for the Woo.
Sharp starts out in the shotgun here, and there's movement up front.
Looked like St. Joe that time, little quick.
The snap went back to Sharp, but then they blew the play dead immediately. All right. All right, so that'll give the Woo 5 free yards here. Down to the 18-yard line in St. Joseph territory. And still have a decent amount of time to get this thing down and try to put it in the end zone with 2 minutes left here. Now Sharp going to take off between the hash marks. He was in the running lane that time, down to the 10-yard line. This is going to pick up a first down here for the Woo. In fact, it should be a goal-to-go situation here after Sharp picked up 8 yards on the ground. They'll spot the ball just outside the 10-yard line and still say it's goal to go. 1:40 to go here in the first half. And this is the best scoring opportunity that the Woo have had. Motion man far side. And it's a handoff to the running back. And Trayvon Colbert gets busted up in the backfield for a loss of 3. So they go to the run on back-to-back snaps. The first one worked out, but this one goes backwards for 3. A timeout has been called here with 1:25 to go in the first half, with St. Joseph leading Iowa 29-6. Well, that'll make the stat sheet look a little better for Vernon Sharp. 5 rushes for negative 7 yards, good for negative 1.4 per carry. And the team as a whole is back to negative 1 yards of offense here. As the Woo will try to talk over some strategy here, and they have to feel like this is a must-score drive here in this game. They did receive the opening throw-off, so that means that St. Joseph will have the ball to start the second half. So the timeout is done with. That was a St. Joe timeout, by the way. They have 2 left here in the first half. Iowa still has 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line. Lobbing it up to the right side of the end zone. Intercepted by the Goats. And that'll be a touchback, as it was picked off by Ja'Kalen Jackson, the defensive back, with great coverage down there in the end zone. And Iowa shoots themselves in the foot yet again.
3rd interception of the day for Sharp. And, you know, Iowa had a great chance there, John. I mean, it had that timeout left. Could have maybe your offense can sometimes be your best defense, milk the clock a little bit, get some points, but just didn't happen for the Woo that time.
All right, so St. Joseph will take over at their own 5-yard line after the touchback with 1 minute and 19 seconds left in this first half. And a chance for them to really step on the gas here. White back to throw from his end zone, looking deep, and instead he dumps it off short to Wilson, catches it at the 5-yard line, takes off up the sideline, gets crunched along the boards for a gain of about 9 yards through the air. That'll bring up a 2nd and 1, make it a 2nd and 2 situation here. They'll say that forward progress was stopped after a gain of 8 yards. White back to throw here once again, being flushed out right. He pump fakes, fires it down the sideline, and it was caught by one of the players who was standing out of bounds. That'll be an incomplete pass here for White. A rare incompletion in what had been an otherwise really solid game. White now 16 of 23 passing for 160 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Michael Reynolds down there catching it for St. Joe, the defensive lineman. Pretty good hands out of him.
White now taking off between the hash marks, still on his feet. He's got the first down and a lot more. Out across midfield to about the 23-yard line of Iowa. So that'll be a gain of 14 yards on the ground for quarterback Josh White. And they blow the whistle here with 55 seconds to go in the first half. And the Goats have called their second timeout of the half. They lead it 29-6 here with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And with the way that this game is designed here, 1 minute and 40 seconds, starting your drive at your own 5-yard line, that is still far from an insurmountable distance to go here, because you're only needing to go 45 yards in that scenario instead of 95 yards.
Well, and St. Joe being up 23 points, I mean, no lead is safe in arena football. It's such a high-flying game that you could never be ahead by too much, so they're definitely going to try and score here.
White back to pass between the hash marks, throws to the near side. He's got Wilson. He tries diving around the 16-yard line, as this one ends up gaining around 6 or 7 yards through the air. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 situation here for the Goats. After Wilson picked up 6 yards through the air. 3rd down and 4. The line to gain is the 13-yard line in Iowa territory. White is back to pass. Tried to take off a run. He smacked down the ball, and I guess they're going to rule that an incomplete pass as he released the ball at the last second. Not the wisest decision right there, and that'll make it 4th down, or it'll be 3rd down. I don't think the down marker was correct.
I believe it's going to be 3rd down.
Okay. So 3rd down and goal, or 3rd down and 4. And here's the snap to White. He gets tripped up in the backfield and is going to lose yardage to the 21-yard line. And he's lobbying to the refs that one of the Woo players jumped a little early. And I can't blame him. It definitely did look like someone could have possibly gone a split second early. But nevertheless, it's going to be a loss of yardage back to about the 22-yard line as White goes backwards for the 3rd time in this game. It's going to be 4th and 9, and they're going for it. Need to get it down to the 13-yard line of Iowa. White back to pass, fires it deep to the end zone. Was that intercepted by the Woo? Yes, it was. Iowa gets an interception as it's hauled into the end zone by Jamie Vicente Colon. Second interception of the game thrown by Goats quarterback Josh White right there.
And we head to halftime.
All right. So that'll be it for the first half. St. Joseph 29, Iowa 6.
Did you know Murphy's does water softeners? That's right. Check with Murphy's Heating and Plumbing for water right softeners and filtered drinking water systems for your home. Soft water is important for washing and bathing, and great tasting drinking water. Well, everyone loves that. Get your water right water softener or drinking water system today in Hampton at Murphy's. Also with water heaters, new toilets, furnace filters, and more in stock.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Christensen Jewelry of Hampton is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will be truly treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
Dumont Telephone Company has been in business for over 120 years. Their 8-person staff has a combined total of over 135 years of experience providing high-quality service to the area. They currently provide broadband and streaming video services to several area communities in Butler and Franklin counties. Dumont Telephone Company is currently investing millions of dollars into the latest technology, fiber to the home, to make sure all rural residents have access to a high-quality broadband and streaming video services.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join the Radio on the Go Travel Club for a summer 2026 cruise to Alaska. Get ready to experience glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking views that you won't find anywhere else. Here's Derek from Crown Jewel Travel to tell us more.
From towering mountains to stunning coastlines, Alaska is the ultimate destination for nature lovers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to make unforgettable memories. This isn't just a cruise, it's a journey into the wild beauty of the last frontier. Want to learn more and reserve your spot? Contact me at 641-425-8068 for all the details. This is a trip I'm not going to miss, and I'd love to have you there with me.
Again, contact Crown Jewel Travel to learn more. 641-425-8068. Don't miss out. Start planning your Alaska adventure today with the Radio on the Go Travel Club and Crown Jewel Travel.
Looking to skyrocket your brand's visibility? Look no further. On the Go Media delivers cutting-edge digital advertising solutions tailored just for you. Reach your audience wherever they are with precision targeting and captivating content. Elevate your brand with On the Go Media. Your digital success starts here. Contact us today. Email radio@radioonthego.com to grow your business with On the Go Digital. Locally owned and operated in Hampton, Iowa.
Christensen Jewelry of Hampton is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will be truly treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing.
When it comes to plumbing, heating, and air conditioning, choose Murphy's Heating and Plumbing of Hampton. Check murphysheating.com.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join the Radio on the Go Travel Club for a summer 2026 cruise to Alaska. Get ready to experience glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking views that you won't find anywhere else. Here's Derek from Crown Jewel Travel to tell us more.
From towering mountains to stunning coastlines, Alaska is the ultimate destination for nature lovers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to make unforgettable memories. This isn't just a cruise, it's a journey into the wild beauty of the last frontier. Want to learn more and reserve your spot? Contact me at 641-425-8068 for all the details. This is a trip I'm not going to miss, and I'd love to have you there with me.
Again, contact Crown Jewel Travel to learn more. 641-425-8068. Don't miss out. Start planning your Alaska adventure today with the Radio on the Go Travel Club and Crown Jewel Travel.
We've reached halftime inside the Unidome, Week 3 of the Arena League. The St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 29-6. John Mowinkle and Jason Eaton with you here, and the story of the game here so far from the Woo's perspective, Jason, is just the absolute lack of any offensive production here in this one, and the scoreboard certainly reflects it, with the only score that the Woo have had being a pick 6, so the offense had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, headed into the break, -1 yards of offense, so definitely having a lot of trouble getting things going on the offensive side of the ball. And of course, the defense has played fairly well. I mean, they've given up obviously some deep passes with the coverage getting beat, but still, it's going to be tough for them to get back into this one if the offense can't get going.
Yeah, far from a perfect game from the Goats' perspective as well. They do have a couple of turnovers. Josh White, their quarterback, who is the backup quarterback, by the way, as their starter is injured, but he's thrown 2 interceptions, has made up for it, though, with 3 touchdowns. As we take a look at some of the stats here, quarterback Josh White of the Goats, 17 of 26 passing for 166 yards. So that's good for just less than 10 yards per completion. When it comes to his receivers, let's see here. Leading receiver at this point is Dominic Marshall. He's got 2 catches for 49 yards, including a 44-yard touchdown. You also got Boo Smith with 3 catches for 44 yards. And the leading receiver by number of receptions is Malik Wilson, who has 6 for 41. So they're definitely spreading it out to different dudes out there. When it comes to the rushing numbers, Josh White, the quarterback, is the leading rusher, 6 for 17 yards. And as a whole, the offense of the Goats has 192 yards so far in the game. Switching over to the Woo stats, quarterback Vernon Sharp is 3 of 13 for 8 yards, no touchdowns and 3 interceptions. The pass completions, Joshua Neal has 2 for 7, Trey Henderson has 1 for 1, and on the ground, Vernon Sharp has 5 rushes for -7 yards. And Kyvon Smith, the leading rusher Joshua Neal, the leading rusher, with 1 for 4 yards. Total offense for Iowa is at -1. All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll take a look at the rest of the Arena League scoreboard in Week 3 action going on across the central United States tonight. We'll be back in a moment.
To skyrocket your brand's visibility? Look no further. On the Go Media delivers cutting-edge digital advertising solutions tailored just for you. Reach your audience wherever they are with precision targeting and captivating content. Elevate your brand with On the Go Media. Your digital success starts here. Contact us today. Email radio@radioonthego.com to grow your business with On the Go Digital. Locally owned and operated in Hampton, Iowa.
Christensen Jewelry of Hampton is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will be truly treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Ready to refresh your bath or kitchen? Murphy's Heating and Plumbing has your perfect match. From stunning showers to modern toilets, explore endless possibilities in Murphy's exclusive vendor showroom. Stop by on Highway 3 East in Hampton or call for your personal showroom tour. Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, transforming your dreams into reality.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join the Radio on the Go Travel Club for a summer 2026 cruise to Alaska. Get ready to experience glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking views that you won't find anywhere else. Here's Derek from Crown Jewel Travel to tell us more.
From towering mountains to stunning coastlines, Alaska is the ultimate destination for nature lovers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to make unforgettable memories. This isn't just a cruise, it's a journey into the wild beauty of the last frontier. Want to learn more and reserve your spot? Contact me at 641-425-8068 for all the details. This is a trip I'm not going to miss, and I'd love to have you there with me.
Again, contact Crown Jewel Travel to learn more. 641-425-8068. Don't miss out. Start planning your Alaska adventure today with the Radio on the Go Travel Club and Crown Jewel Travel.
Looking to...
We're at halftime inside the Unidome where it's St. Joseph 29, Iowa 6. About another 4 minutes till we get rolling in the third quarter of action here. We've got a drum performance taking place on the field right now. And let's take a look at some other scores from around the Arena League tonight. Yeah, it looks like most of the other games are at halftime here. Nebraska leads Eau Claire 36-19 at the halftime break. Let's see. They're at halftime down in Springfield, where Memphis leads Ozark 20-12, so definitely a competitive game there. And the game of the week here in the Arena League down in Monroe, Louisiana, where they lead Arkansas 37-26. That one is just before halftime down in Monroe. That is who Iowa played back in week 1. We were 0-2 on the season. And if they don't turn things around, we'll move to 0-3. St. Joseph is 2-0 on their way to 3-0 as things appear right now. All right, we'll take another timeout. Our third quarter is next. Once again, our halftime score, the St. Joseph Goats 29, the Iowa Woo 6.
Rocket your brand's visibility? Look no further. On the Go Media delivers cutting-edge digital advertising solutions tailored just for you. Reach your audience wherever they are with precision targeting and captivating content. Elevate your brand with On the Go Media. Your digital success starts here. Contact us today. Email radio@radioonthego.com to grow your business with On the Go Digital. Locally owned and operated in Hampton, Iowa.
Just about time for the second half here inside the Unidome. The St. Joe Goats lead the Iowa Woo 29-6. John Mowinkle and Jason Eaton with you here. And Jason, I guess it's probably painfully simple. The keys to the second half for the Woo, just get the ball moving on offense. I mean, they've had a few opportunities, but I mean that's kind of what it's going to come down here for the Woo. Because again, you mentioned it, their defense has been playing all right. But their offense has got to supplement things here in the second half.
You bet. I mean, Vernon Sharp, he had the best play of the first half for the Woo. Unfortunately, he got called back. But I still think he can make some plays with his legs. But unfortunately, he's just getting flushed out of that zone there between the hash marks, which is forcing him to have to pass. And he just can't take off running.
All right, the third quarter is just about here. And the Goats are currently walking out of the locker room with the Woo right behind them. The Woo are going with the black helmets, black jerseys with blue numbers and gray pants, black socks. The Goats are wearing black helmets, white jerseys with white numbers, or with the black numbers on them, and white pants, black socks. So just about ready to roll here in the second half. Again, St. Joseph is scheduled to receive the second half throw off. And it looks like they will move from right to left down to the south end of the field here inside the Unidome. And it is a different kind of feel here inside the dome for this particular configuration. You got the floor level exposed here, which is the track here inside the dome. So it's an 8-lane track encircling the center end. The arena football field is laid down over on the west end of the west half of the dome field here. So they don't have it centered. They have it pushed to one side. They have it pushed closer to the side where the fans are located, opposite side of the press box. So a little bit of a peculiar view for those of us up here in the press box, but hey, it works out. So the Woo players have made their way out onto the field as well as we prepare to get the second half of this arena football game underway. Iowa will be on the road for 3 straight weeks starting next week. And they will return home on Saturday, July 18th. They play host to the Eau Claire Axemen. All right.
Woo will also get the ball here to start the second half. So.
No, they received the
they
draw.
do. Okay, they threw
so
off first.
It'll be the
That's right.
Goats. It'll be the Goats receiving the second half throw off here. Let's see what else is going on in the Arena League next week for week 4. The Greenheads will be at the Hound Dogs. The Lunkers will be at the Diamonds. The Siege will be at the Goats. And the Woo will be at the Axemen. All those taking place, well, 3 of those are taking place on Saturday, June 20th. The Monroe-Memphis game will be on Friday, June 19th. So most of these games here in the Arena League are on Saturdays. You do have a few Fridays sprinkled in. And they do have I believe there's a Sunday one in there as well for the Woo. On the Masters schedule, it does not say that. Yeah, July 26th, that would be a Sunday. But the Masters schedule for the league says that's on Saturday the 25th. Well, we'll get that squared away one way or the other, I guess. But, yeah, they're just standing around right now, Jason. I don't know why we haven't thrown off the second half yet, but I would imagine that is probably coming up pretty soon.
Well, the ref just blew his whistle, so
yeah,
he's
ready to get rolling too.
Signaling the teams onto the field.
So the St. Joseph offense will take the field first here. Quarterback Josh White is 17 of 26 passing for 166 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. All right, you heard the PA announcer getting this place all pumped up and ready to roll. Let's see if this crowd over on the far side can get electric here in this second half. Here is the throw off, and we are underway in half number 2. It is returnable for the Goats back at the end zone. Taking it to the right side, it's PJ Caldwell. Lowers the shoulders and burrows his way just shy of the 20-yard line. And we had 2 players from opposing teams close to possibly getting into it a little bit here around the 15-yard line. But, yeah, the 15 is where the Goats will start the first drive of this second half as they hold a 29-6 lead over the Woo. They will start out in the shotgun formation here. I've yet to see an under center snap here in this league. And here is the snap to White, looking downfield, throws it to the near side, just short of his intended receiver, Ryan Martinez. And a rare incompletion out there thrown by White that time around. Now 17 of 27. And now we got whistles here after the play was blown dead. And it appears that there was some sort of penalty, though no flag is visible on the field right now. All right, so they get pass interference on the Woo. And the reason that the flag was not visible is right along the near side boards, so it was eclipsed from our view. So a 10-yard penalty will give the Goats a first down right at midfield at the 25-yard line. Right on that Iowa Woo logo that is in the middle of the field. So just 25 yards to go now for the Goats. And yeah, they're getting the chain gang all squared away. There we go. That one guy must have fell asleep on the job. All right, here we go. We're ready to go here on a 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 14:36 to go here in the third quarter. And they run the clock. Here's the snap to White. Rolls out to the right side. He's locked in to throw. Fires it down the middle. Scooped up, incomplete. Almost intercepted off the deflection. Ryan Martinez reached down low, went to scoop it up. It was right in front of his grill, but then it ultimately fell down to the ground incomplete. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. That's definitely one that I believe Martinez probably wants back.
Well, and Ty Anderson as well. He almost had the pick there, and that would have been a really good thing here for the Woo, as they need to get some points going here.
White dumps it off to the far side of the field, where it is caught by Wilson on the swing pass. Was able to turn it up for a gain of about 2 yards through the air. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 here for the Goats, as Malik Wilson has a team-high 7th reception there for 43 yards. 3rd down and 8. The line to gain is the 15-yard line in Iowa territory. White rolls out to the left now, shifts over to the right. Dancing around to the backfield, tries to avoid a sack, but couldn't get away from it. All the way back at the 15-yard line. It's a loss of 10 yards as the Woo defense comes up with their 4th sack of the game. In there to make the stop was Ty Anderson out of Greenville, Texas, for the Iowa Woo sack. And it looks like the Goats are going to surrender back to Iowa. So the Woo will take over at their own 15-yard line after the sack leads them to surrender. And they'll start with 13:08 to go in the third quarter, trailing 29-6 here to the St. Joseph Goats.
Good start to the second half for the Woo. Get that ball back and see what what adjustments they've made here at halftime for this offense.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Hopefully that they did make some adjustments, because okay. Yeah, but now we got someone moving early, as we had a receiver in motion coming forward. And ultimately, Trayvon Colbert of the Woo got an early start across the line of scrimmage. So, again, it's that discipline piece that comes into play again. They had a fantastic opportunity. They forced a surrender. Get the ball at the 15-yard line, but then before they even snap it, they commit a penalty. That'll make it 1st and 15 back from their own 10-yard line. Here's the snap to Sharp. Between the hash marks, fires it down the right side of the field, looking for the end zone, and it's incomplete. It bounced off of Andre Williams' foot as he was falling backwards into the end zone. Vernon Sharp now 3 of 14 passing for 8 yards. And a negative passer rating, negative 16.63. That is something that you just do not see very often. 2nd and 15 here for the Woo. Sharp takes the shotgun snap. Quick throw over the middle. Incomplete. Andre Williams running the post pattern on the right side. Went to turn in, but wasn't ready for the ball. It'll be a 3rd down and long now for the Woo. Well, Jason, the struggles continue on offense here with 2 incomplete passes. That one definitely was more egregious than the previous incompletion when they just when it was kind of a 50-50 ball down to the end zone. But that's one that Williams definitely should have been ready for.
Yeah, and I mean, trying to stretch out the defense too on that first play, trying to go deep, and then trying that underneath post route.
Motion man to the backfield. Here's the snap to Sharp. Looks upfield. He's going to take off and run. He's got to be careful here. He did cross the line of scrimmage between the hash marks, it appears, and then a flag does come in. Maybe was he outside before he crossed the line? And now Keontae Chavies is talking to one of the referees, trying to lobby in Iowa's favor here. The ball is coming back to the 10-yard line. And it appears that this is going to be against Iowa. It was a decent gain on the ground for Vernon Sharp. Here goes the head ref.
Running lane violation called that time against Sharp again.
So that's the second time that that has happened in this game. It'll be a 5-yard penalty back to the 5-yard line. So that makes it 3rd and 20. The line to gain is the 25-yard line. All right, let's see what they got in their arsenal here. Empty backfield here for Sharp. And he takes the snap. It was a little bit of a high snap, and that just totally threw off the timing as he got chased to the back of the end zone. Second sack of the game that results in a safety for the Goats. And just like that, the struggles continue for the Iowa Woo offense.
Yeah, Sharp just turned that time, and right there was Ja'Kalen Jackson for the sack.
St. Joseph 31, Iowa 6. 11:06 to go here in the third quarter.
Did you know Murphy's does water softeners? That's right. Check with Murphy's Heating and Plumbing for water right softeners and filtered drinking water systems for your home. Soft water is important for washing and bathing, and great tasting drinking water. Well, everyone loves that. Get your water right water softener or drinking water system today in Hampton at Murphy's. Also with water heaters, new toilets, furnace filters, and more in stock.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Christensen Jewelry of
11:06 to go in the third quarter. St. Joseph Goats 31, Iowa Woo 6. As Vernon Sharp got sacked in the end zone for the second time in this game. Another safety for the Goats, which now lead 31-6. And they will get the ball back, of course, after the safety here. So the Woo will throw off. And here it comes. Sails down toward the end zone. And a tackle is going to be made right near the goal line by Iowa. Down at the 1-yard line. And making the stop that time was Kyvon Smith flying down the field. And that ball was caught, and the return man was tackled immediately. Looks like they're going to spot it about halfway between the 1 and the 2-yard lines. And that is where the Goats will take over on their second drive now of this third quarter. The Woo held them to a surrender back at the first drive of the second half. And let's see if they can come up with another stop here. And now Victor Mann is out onto the field. He's going to talk to the refs about something here. So
he thinks it was in the end zone.
I was going to say, yeah, he thinks that it was in the end zone, which if he started in the field of play, then went back into the end zone, then that would be a safety. But otherwise, it would just be a touchback. And then I guess they're not showing replays here. Let me check the video here. Yeah, they're not showing it on there either. But that's obviously a big game changer there as well if the Woo get this challenge to go into their favor. I mean, yeah, if you're the Woo, I mean, you're kind of coming down to a point in the game where if you don't start a comeback now, it may never happen. So you might as well throw the challenge flag here. And yeah, here's the replay. So the return man of the Goats So he fielded the ball, in the field of play. So, that makes sense there. But, then it would just be forward progress being stopped right where he caught the ball. Yeah, he did land in the end zone, but the forward progress was definitely at that 1.5 yard line. So that makes perfect sense there. So the Goats will start at the 1.5 yard line here on their second drive of the third quarter. White will take the snap halfway through the end zone, and a flag comes in right as the snap came. And someone probably flinched up front.
False start.
All right, you move from the 1.5 yard line to the 0.75 yard line. So 49 yards to go now on this drive for the Goats. But they've shown that they can be explosive on offense, so don't count them out at any points. 10 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. White back to pass. He's in the back of the end zone, tries getting rid of it, and it's going to be a safety. They say that forward progress was stopped before the ball was released, and the Woo get a safety themselves. Making the stop in the end zone that time, Ty Anderson, the linebacker, flying in on the blitz, and it causes the Woo to get a safety. St. Joseph 31, Iowa 8, 10:26 to go, third quarter.
And is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will be truly treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
Dumont Telephone Company.
10:26 to go in the third quarter. St. Joseph Goats 31, Iowa Woo 8. After Ty Anderson got a sack in the end zone for the safety, the third safety of this game. Typically, arena football is known for lots of touchdowns, but we've had lots of safeties today as well. And the throw-off hits the backboard. And it's still a live ball, and Iowa's going to try to cover it up. St. Joseph is fighting for possession, and it looks like they may have come up with it. The Goats believe it is their football.
Andre Williams that time back to receive the throw off, and he tried to fall on that, and he couldn't corral it. Looks like the Goats are going to come away with this. The refs are talking about it.
Okay, so it hits the board, so that's a touchback. So it sounds like Williams knew the rule there, but no one else on the field did because they thought it was still a live ball. It hit the backboard, and so when that happens, that results in a touchback. And now you got the St. Joseph head coach out talking to the ref. I don't know how you could really contest that rule. I mean, that was pretty obvious what happened there. So the touchback will give the Woo the football at their own 5 yard line. Let's see if that safety can give them some momentum here. All 8 points have come from their defense. That safety, as well as the pick six they had from Frankie Solomon.
And now we do have a challenge flag on the field.
Well, I don't know what there is to challenge because the throw itself, I mean, it hit the backboard. So at that point, the play is dead. Any action that occurred after that would be meaningless. Touched. Well, I guess let's look at the replay. I guess maybe there's a chance that Williams could have potentially reached out and tipped the ball. Because, yeah, if he did tip the ball in the field of play, no, not even close. It definitely hit the board before anyone tried to go get it. So, again, once it hits the board, it would nullify any further action that occurred afterwards. Jason, unless you saw something on that replay.
I'm not seeing any. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything differently there.
So And yeah, based on what we can see here, let's see, he's running back into the end zone, watching it go by. And yeah, that wasn't even close. So.
Yeah, he never touched that ball.
Yeah. And I don't know how. This is taking so long to decide. I mean, everyone in the stadium can see it. I mean, the refs probably have the same video view that we do. So. The review continues here with 10 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third quarter. What? So the initial ruling was that because it hit the rear board, that it was a touchback. But then they decide that.
So are they saying that because Williams fell on it, it's now live?
Apparently.
It has to be what they're saying here.
Yeah. Well, then you got to blame the refs for that, for not blowing the play dead right when it hit the backboard. Holy cow. Here's White. It's a swing pass to the right. Might be a double pass here. And it is for a Goats touchdown. The initial pass went from Josh White to Boo Smith, who then threw it forward to Malik Wilson in the end zone. And St. Joseph adds to their lead, which is now 37-8 here with 9:45 to go in the third quarter. Well, that was pretty bizarre right there. So let's see. Got to add Boo Smith now as a passer. 5-yard touchdown right there.
Goats just going to go for one here.
Going for one from the 5-yard line. They'll swing it out to the left side now. The ball is going to be caught and then dropped, so that'll be an incomplete pass. 9:18 to go here in the third quarter. St. Joseph 37, Iowa 8.
Been in business for over 120 years. Their 8-person staff has a combined total of over 135 years of experience providing high-quality service to the area. They currently provide broadband and streaming video services to several area communities in Butler and Franklin counties. Dumont Telephone Company is currently investing millions of dollars into the latest technology, fiber to the home, to make sure all rural residents have access to a high-quality broadband and streaming video services.
9:18 to go in the third quarter. St. Joseph 37, Iowa 8. It was a double pass from Boo Smith to Malik Wilson of the Goats. A double pass. I really just said that, huh? All right, 37-8 is the lead for the Goats.
Williams back to receive this throw off.
He does field it in the middle of the end zone, takes off to the left of the 5-yard line, slung down just shy of the 10. So a little more than what they would have got for the touchback. And the Woo will take over just over 9 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Again, let's see if they can put together any offense here. They're still at -6 yards total offense. So here we go. They'll start this drive right at the 10-yard line. Man goes in motion. Here's the snap to Sharp. Takes off to the right. Now he's locked into throw. Heaves it downfield about 10 yards past everyone. Sharp now 3 of 16 passing. 3 of 16 for 8 yards.
And I think they've taken Sharp out, John. I think that's Keandrick Respris down there. Number 13.
Yeah, it appears as such. So Respris now the quarterback. He's going to take off upfield and gain about 7 yards on the ground.
Yeah, Sharp is sitting down there on the bench. just on the...
Well, it's not surprising considering the game he has had. So, 3rd down and 3 now for the Woo coming up. As number 13, Keandrick Respris out of Phoenix City, Alabama, listed as an athlete, but also the backup quarterback. Respris throws over top everyone for an incomplete pass, and now it's 4th down and 3.
Trying to connect that time with Trayvon Colbert. Sails on him into the Goats bench.
All right. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't go for it here. So yeah, they are going to go for it on 4th and 3 from their own 17-yard line. The line gain is the 20. Empty backfield here for Respris. And here's the snap. Looks to throw, dumps it off to the near side. It's caught along the sideline, but is going to get stopped shy of a 1st down. So it'll be a turnover on downs for the Woo. And the offensive woes continue here for Iowa. Needed 3, got 2. Lamont Butler on the reception for Iowa. And it'll be a turnover on downs back to St. Joseph. Here with 7:05 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Goats lead at 37-8. Well, the Woo, I don't know, you don't want to say it might be time for them to go back to the drawing board on offense, but it's getting close. Here's an incomplete pass thrown by Josh White, who is now thrown. What is this now? 18 of 30 for 168 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 2nd down and 10 at the 17-yard line in Woo territory. White back to throw, dancing around to the pocket, dumps it off to the near side. He's got Smith, takes off down the sideline, fighting for the 5-yard line and just inside. That'll be a first down yardage for the Goats, as it picks up about 12 yards through the air. Here's a pass to the right side, turning the corner into the end zone, Adarius Ely, and that is another St. Joseph touchdown. The offense of St. Joseph cannot be slowed down here in this 2nd half. Adarius Ely gets his first reception of the game. He goes for 5 yards and a score. Now they're going for 1. White, swing pass to the right side. This could be a double pass. It is. Back to the near side at Smith. Then he throws forward. A triple pass. Corner of the end zone. Incomplete. As he was looking to get it to Malik Wilson down there in the corner of the end zone, who may have got some of his gear caught up in the boards. 5:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Goats 43, Woo 8.
For the adventure of a lifetime, join the Radio on the Go Travel Club for a summer 2026 cruise to Alaska. Get ready to experience glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking views that you won't find anywhere else. Here's Derek from Crown Jewel Travel to tell us more.
From towering mountains to stunning coastlines, Alaska is the ultimate destination for nature lovers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to make unforgettable memories. This isn't just a cruise, it's a journey into the wild beauty of the last frontier. Want to learn more and reserve your spot? Contact me at 641-425-8068 for all the details. This is a trip I'm not going to miss, and I'd love to have you there with me.
Again, contact Crown Jewel Travel to learn more. 641-425-8068. Don't miss out. Start planning your Alaska adventure today with the Radio on the Go Travel Club and Crown Jewel Travel.
Trayvon Colbert on the return for the Woo. Angles it to the left. And with 5:20 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Iowa Woo trail the St. Joseph Goats 43-8. And the Woo will start this drive in their own territory at the 18-yard line. So Keandrick Respris, the backup quarterback for the Woo, came in, and now it looks like Vernon Sharp is back out for this particular drive. Yes, he is. So you had one drive with a backup QB. And now the starter returns. So Sharp takes the snap, rolls out to the left, throws across his body to the near side of the field. It's caught by Colbert. Looks to turn it upfield across the 25 of the 20. And being wrestled down there. And now some pushing and shoving after the play as multiple flags are being thrown.
We got a player down, too, for the Goats. Get him up now.
So another altercation for the officials to sort out here. As that one went across the 25 from the 18 to the 22 for a pickup of all right, so the second time in this game that has happened with the offsetting personal fouls.
And with that, the Woo move into positive offensive yardage.
Not too bad. So that was a gain of 12 yards through the air, down to the 20-yard line of St. Joseph. First and 10 for the Woo. Sharp in the shotgun, he takes a snap. Quick throw to the far side of the field. It's going to be caught by Colbert. Oh, forward progress was stopped as he got banged into the boards after a pickup of 9 yards through the air. But Trayvon Colbert now with back-to-back receptions for the Woo. That one went for 12. This one goes for 9. Vernon Sharp now 5 of 17 passing for 29 yards. Second and 1 Woo at the 11-yard line of St. Joseph. Sharp rolls out to the left. Stiff arms a man, throws an interception down the far side, and Sharp makes the tackle down at the 20-yard line. Just when the Woo had an offense going, St. Joseph nullifies it as they get an interception from Joko Willis. .4:12 to go here in the third quarter. Goats 43, Woo 8. So a change of possession after the interception gives St. Joseph the ball, and they'll place it down at their own 19-yard line. And Jason, if it's not one thing, it is another for this Iowa Woo offense here in this game, as Vernon Sharp threw his 4th interception of the night.
Yeah, just when some things started getting rolling for the Woo, and a turnover stops any sort of momentum they had going offensively.
First and 10, St. Joseph at their own 19-yard line. Josh White, the QB, dropping back in the pocket, now steps up, throws deep toward the end zone. Incomplete. It was batted off of a couple of people's outstretched arms. Definitely a good chance for a deep touchdown there. But the incompletion will bring up second down back at their own 19. By the way, Goats quarterback Josh White is now 19 of 32 for 180 yards. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. An efficient night so far. One receiver to each side. Here's White back to throw. Now rolls out right. Looks to turn the corner. He's got to throw. Fires it downfield along the boards. It's caught by Martinez after a pickup of 9 yards. Or did they rule it incomplete? Yes, an incomplete pass. They say it sailed out of bounds. So back-to-back incompletions now for Josh White, bringing up a 3rd down and 10 situation for St. Joseph. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Goats lead it 43-8 over the Woo. And the PA announcer trying to pump up this crowd with the Woo chant. Now early movement, and they blow the play dead. And that has happened numerous times here in this game. Woo defense hoping that this is on the offense. Nope, it is on the defense. And yeah, just that, you got to be disciplined on that side of the ball. I mean, it's just another thing that'll shooting your team in the foot, jumping off sides like that. That makes it 3rd and 5, a whole lot easier of a situation now for the Goats. Here's a deep, wide open touchdown by Boo Smith from Josh White. That one from 26 yards out, and the Goats add to their lead. And the Dome goes dead quiet after that St. Joseph score.
.82 yards in the game now for Boo Smith as he picks up his first touchdown of the night.
Going for one. Bunched up receivers to the right side of the formation. And now White rolls out to the right. He's got to throw. Line drive as the player topples over the far side boards. Now he's doing like a headstand over there.
No double or triple pass that time.
All right, a minute 47 left in the third quarter. St. Joseph 49, Iowa 8.
Looking to skyrocket your brand's visibility? Look no further. On the Go Media delivers cutting-edge digital advertising solutions tailored just for you. Reach your audience wherever they are with precision targeting and captivating content. Elevate your brand with On the Go Media. Your digital success starts here. Contact us today. Email radio@radioonthego.com to grow your business with On the Go Digital. Locally owned and operated in Hampton, Iowa.
A minute 47 to go in the third quarter. The St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 49-8 here inside the Unidome. John Mowinkle, Jason Eaton with you here. It was a 26-yard touchdown pass from Josh White to Boo Smith. And here is the throw-off from the Goats. It'll be returnable for Colbert of the Woo. Back at the end zone, angles it to the left, out to the 15-yard line and across. Gets banged into the boards onto the far side. Woo will start this drive with a minute and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Trailing 49-8. There are only 2 scores in the game. Were a pick 6 by Frankie Solomon and then a sack in the end zone by Ty Anderson. So they'll start this drive at the 17-yard line in their own territory. They had switched quarterbacks, but Vernon Sharp will be back out there for now. He is the starter. Takes the low snap, throws it over the middle and incomplete. He was looking to get it to Joshua Neal on the flag pattern over the middle. But again, not able to get anything going that time around. Sharp now 5 of 19 for 29 yards. Approaching a minute to go here in the third quarter, as the Woo will look to regroup here this upcoming week in practice, as they are likely to go to 0-3. A flag comes in. Sharp rolls out right, pump fakes, fires it down the sideline, incomplete, straight to the Goats sideline. But a flag is in, so we will see what this is. It is in the area of holding, but it's going to be offside on the Goats. All right, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. Looks like the down marker kind of jumped the gun on that one. That'll move it up to the 22-yard line. 3 yards shy of midfield. Motion man to the right as Sharp takes the shotgun snap. Throws it to the near side as there's a comeback pattern on the near sideline by Trayvon Colbert. Was able to haul it in, make the snag. Down to the 20-yard line. 1st down yardage. That'll pick up 7 yards through the air.
Woo got something cooking here a little bit on this drive, John.
Yes, sir. This one tipped up in the air and incomplete. And the Woo were lucky that that one did not get intercepted. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 here with 12 seconds left in the third quarter. They do not have to snap it again here in this quarter if they don't want to. They are right up back to the line. We're down to 5 seconds.
They're just going to let time expire.
And it looks like they will bring it to the end of the period here. 15 minutes to play. The St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 49-8. The fourth quarter is coming up next.
Christensen Jewelry of Hampton is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will be truly treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing.
When it comes to plumbing, heating, and air conditioning, choose Murphy's Heating and Plumbing of Hampton. Check murphysheating.com.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join the Radio on the Go Travel Club for a summer 2026 cruise to Alaska. Get ready to experience glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking views that you won't find anywhere else. Here's Derek from Crown Jewel Travel to tell us more.
From towering mountains to stunning coastlines, Alaska is the ultimate destination for nature lovers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to make unforgettable memories. This isn't just a cruise, it's a journey into the wild beauty of the last frontier. Want to learn more and reserve your spot? Contact me at 641-425-8068 for all the details. This is a trip I'm not going to miss, and I'd love to have you there with me.
Again, contact Crown Jewel Travel to learn more. 641-425-8068. Don't miss out. Start planning your Alaska adventure today with the Radio on the Go Travel Club and Crown Jewel Travel.
We head to the fourth quarter inside the Unidome. The St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 49-8. And taking a look at the rest of the Arena League scoreboard, the Nebraska Siege have a 49-19 lead over the Eau Claire Axemen. That one is just wrapping up the third quarter. Let's see here. Down in Springfield, Missouri, the Ozarks Lunkers trail the Memphis Hound Dogs 34-18 early in the fourth quarter. And the Monroe Greenheads lead the Arkansas Diamonds 37-32 with 6:20 left in the third quarter. All right, so that is a competitive game going on in Monroe, Louisiana. 10-point game in Springfield, Missouri, and another blowout going on in Grand Island, Nebraska. 4 games, a full slate of Arena League action here going on throughout the central United States tonight. It'll be a 2nd and 10 here as we get the fourth quarter underway with the St. Joseph Goats leading the Iowa Woo 49-8. Woo will have it at the 20-yard line in St. Joseph territory. Sharp looks to throw. Throws it to the left side of the field. It is caught down to the 14-yard line on the comeback route. Trayvon Colbert making the catch. Picks up about 7 yards through the air. Sharp now 7 of 22 passing for 43 yards. And it's going to be a 3rd and 3 now for the Woo. As they switch out game balls here for reasons unknown to us. 3rd and 3. Here comes the motion man. That's Colbert on the near side. Sharp rolling out right. Now being flushed out to the left. Look at downfield. He kind of shovels this pass away. Ultimately is caught by Keontae Chavis, and he's taken it to the end zone for the Woo score. So for the first time in the game, the Woo get an offensive touchdown on the pass from Vernon Sharp to Keontae Chavis.
Makes the score 49-14. Got to imagine they're going to go for 2 here.
Well, why wouldn't you, right? And it looks like they're going to go for 1 here from the 5-yard line. Nope, they are going to go for 2 from the 10. All right. Here's the snap to Sharp. Dropping back to pass. Throws it over the middle to the back of the end zone. It is caught by Joshua Neal for the 2-point conversion. And with 13:27 to go in the fourth quarter, the Iowa Woo trail the St. Joseph Goats 49-16.
Skyrocket your brand's visibility? Look no further. On the Go Media delivers cutting-edge digital advertising solutions tailored just for you. Reach your audience wherever they are with precision targeting and captivating content. Elevate your brand with On the Go Media. Your digital success starts here. Contact us today. Email radio@radioonthego.com to grow your business with On the Go Digital. Locally owned and operated in Hampton, Iowa.
Christensen Jewelry of Hampton is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will...
It was a 13-yard touchdown pass from Vernon Sharp to Keontae Chavies. And with 13:27 to go in the fourth quarter, the St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 49-16. Well, Jason, we finally got some offense out of the Woo there.
Yeah, the 8th completion of the day for Vernon Sharp, touchdown, and he was under a lot of pressure making that throw, too. They chased him all the way back to about midfield and just able to find Chavies there for the touchdown.
So the Woo will try to get the ball back here as they're going to go for it here on this 4th and 20. Trying to get it out to midfield. They'll snap it from their own 5. This is in lieu of the onside kick since there's no kicking in this game. Sharp in the shotgun, now stepping up in the pocket. Fires it deep down the near sideline and behind the boards, out of bounds. And that means that they will not ultimately get the ball back. And let's see. St. Joseph, that'll give them the ball at the 5-yard line in Iowa territory. So just 5 yards to go for them to add yet another score. So doing that 4th and 20 in lieu of the onside kick is definitely a big time risk because now the Goats only have 5 yards to go.
Seems like a heavy penalty for not being able to complete a 20-yard pass.
White looking downfield. Now he's going to pitch it behind. There's Boo Smith. Now he's going to take off between the hash marks. Lobs it to the back of the end zone where it's caught for the St. Joseph touchdown. P.J. Caldwell making the 5-yard score. And that did not take long at all for the Goats to continue extending their lead. Boo Smith has 2 passes in the game. Both are 5-yard touchdowns, so he's a perfect 2 for 2 for 10 yards. P.J. Caldwell picks up his first touchdown of the game, and the Goats will go for 1 from the 5-yard line. Here's the snap to White, takes off to the right, loses the football. Now he's able to get it away to a teammate somehow. Here's Smith throwing to the back of the end zone as they kept pitching it around, ultimately caught for the 2-point conversion by Ryan Martinez. And with 12:15 to go in the fourth quarter, the St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 57-16. Arena football action will continue next.
Really treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
So there was a block in the back called on St. Joseph on that conversion attempt. And because of that, there's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and they will redo the try from the 20-yard line. And again, this is for 1. I almost wonder if at this point you take it another 5 yards further back to go for 2 instead, since you're already going to be back at the 20. But this will be a 1-point conversion attempt. And it's White in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Looks downfield, gets rid of it quick, and it's going to be an incomplete pass, but a flag is thrown. So maybe pass interference, as there was definitely players getting tangled up with each other.
Looks like that's the signal. Ref was right there too, so.
Now the question becomes, is it offense or defense? They're marching downfield as if it was against Iowa. All right, so now they'll try it from the 10-yard line, which is where you would do the try if you were going for 2 to begin with. But again, I believe they're still just going for 1 here. Yeah, and that's what the ref just signaled here. Yeah, going for 1. 55-16 Goats. And now they have to switch out the ball again for some reason. And now we're ready to roll. Here's the snap to White. Takes off left, now circles back, pitches it back to Smith. Run around at midfield, looks downfield, outside the hash marks, lobs it up to the middle of the end zone. Caught, trying to reach across Darius Ely. And he comes up short at the 1-yard line. So they don't get the try, and with 11:27 to go in the game, the St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 55-16. As the Arena League continues next.
Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Ready to refresh your bath or kitchen? Murphy's Heating and Plumbing has your perfect match. From stunning showers to modern toilets, explore endless possibilities in Murphy's exclusive vendor showroom. Stop by on Highway 3 East in Hampton or call for your personal showroom tour. Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, transforming your dreams into reality.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join the Radio on the Go Travel Club for a summer 2026 cruise to Alaska. Get ready to experience glaciers, wildlife, and breathtaking views that you won't find anywhere else. Here's Derek from Crown Jewel Travel to tell us more.
From towering mountains to stunning coastlines, Alaska is the ultimate destination for nature lovers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to make unforgettable memories. This isn't just a cruise, it's a journey into the wild beauty of the last frontier. Want to learn more and reserve your spot? Contact me at 641-425-8068 for all the details. This is a trip I'm not going to miss, and I'd love to have you there with me.
Again, contact Crown Jewel Travel to learn more. 641-425-8068. Don't miss out. Start planning your Alaska adventure today with the Radio on the Go Travel Club and Crown Jewel Travel.
St. Joseph decided to challenge whether or not the conversion was good, and it turns out it was. So with 11:27 to go in the fourth quarter, the St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 56-16. And now the throw-off is coming up, as the Woo will look to see what they can continue doing on offense here in a game that kind of got away from them right out of the chute here. Kyvon Smith is back to return, standing midway through the end zone. And out comes St. Joseph to do the throw off. And now they're switching around here. They were confused as about what end of the field, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what in the world?
They just switched ends.
They just switched ends. So that's now it's correct, but they lined up going the opposite way. It's like everyone fell asleep in here. That was bizarre. So it is returnable it's actually Trayvon Colbert, angles it to the right. Several flags come in from all different angles. So there must have been an egregious block in the back or something of that nature. And that'll stop the clock here with 11 minutes and 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we got
a lot of
players from
extracurricular
both
activity
teams getting up in each other's faces near the 25-yard line. Now the sidelines are clearing. All the rest of the Iowa Woo players came in off the sideline to get in on the action here. It looks like most of the St. Joseph players did as well. There's just one Goats player that did not, well, there's two Goats players that did not leave their seat at the bench. Okay. Not sure why the... Okay, I was going to say, how could you have an illegal block on the throwing team? That doesn't even make sense. But they did switch it around to the receiving team. And then no flags came in as a result of the gathering of the minds that occurred in the middle of the field, which resulted in the emptying of the team benches. So the penalty will cause the Woo to be marched back all the way to their own 5-yard line. Whether it's a penalty or a turnover or something like that. The Iowa Woo definitely have some issues that need to be sorted out here before going into week 4 next week. So Vernon Sharp is back out there to play QB for this drive. He was only out for one series. So he takes the snap from his own end zone, throws to the right side. Nice snag and a loud pop of the far side boards. It was caught by, let's see.
That was Colbert.
Or was it Nasir Greer, number 3? Or excuse me, yeah, it would be Colbert. 9-yard gain, this one incomplete. That'll make it 3rd down and 1. Sharp is now 9 of 25 for 65 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Down to 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the Woo will face 3rd and 1. Trailing 56-16 here in week 3 action in the Arena League. And they fake the handoff on the end around, and Sharp is going to get bottled up for a loss of 4 in the backfield at the 10-yard line. So they tried to change it up. That may have been the first run play that the Woo have tried the entire second half. And it gets absolutely blown up. The Goats were not fooled by that to any extent. They say forward progress will be a loss of 1. Now player orbits around to the left side on in motion. Sharp rolls out to the right here on 4th and 2. Throws to the corner of the end zone. Tipped up and incomplete. Excellent downfield coverage by that defensive back of the St. Joseph Goats. As it was Darius Lorfils leaping up and swatting that ball free. A turnover on downs for the Woo. That was close down there as they were going for Colbert in the end zone. And the Goats will take over with 9:27 to go in the game, leading 56-16, and a great chance to add some more points here. The rate things are going, they could get close to 80 on the scoreboard if this trend continues. They'll start this drive at the 19-yard line, make it the 14-yard line of Iowa. Pass to the corner of the end zone is caught for the St. Joseph touchdown, but there is a flag. So this is likely to be waved off the board on the deep pass from Josh White. It was caught in the end zone by Boo Smith, but it appears that this one is coming back, as all the players from both teams are walking back to the line of scrimmage. All right, so there's that. It's actually Dominic Marshall making the catch, but will not matter. That'll make it first and 15 from the 19-yard line. Line to gain is the 4. 9:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. St. Joseph 56, Iowa 16. And here's the snap to White under some pressure. Deep pass toward the back of the end zone, incomplete. It hit the ground and the boards simultaneously. It was kind of like that old-time DVD player animation on a TV that everyone cheers when it hits directly on the corner. That's exactly what happened right there. There's a half the distance to the goal penalty against the Woo. First and goal now from the 9 as the Woo continue to give their opponents free yards. St. Joseph on the verge of putting in another one here with 8:50 to go. Now White looks over to the sideline for the play call. And a man comes in motion, that's Ely. Throwing to the right side. It is caught by Ely, a one-arm snag in the end zone for the St. Joseph touchdown. That was nasty. On the run, reaching out the one hand, and another touchdown pass thrown by Josh White, the quarterback of St. Joseph. His 5th of the game right there. Adarius Ely, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 14 yards total. Now going for 1. Here's White under pressure, rolls out left, turns around in the backfield. Now tries to step up, but he is sacked. So the 1-point conversion attempt is no good. And with 7:53 to go in the fourth quarter, the St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 62-16 here in week 3 of the Arena League.
Looking to skyrocket your brand's visibility? Look no further. On the Go Media delivers cutting-edge digital advertising solutions tailored just for you. Reach your audience wherever they are with precision targeting and captivating content. Elevate your brand with On the Go Media. Your digital success starts here. Contact us today. Email radio@radioonthego.com to grow your business with On the Go Digital. Locally owned and operated in Hampton, Iowa.
$7:53 to go in the fourth quarter. The St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 62-16. And it was a 9-yard touchdown pass from Josh White to Adarius Ely. The 1-point conversion attempt was no good. And the throw-off is coming up. Here it is. Returnable for the Woo. About halfway through the end zone to the near side and tackled down between the 15 and 20-yard line. So they'll start at the 17-yard line after the return from Kyvon Smith. 7:39 to go in the game. And take a look at the offensive numbers for the Woo. They're now up to 66 yards as they've been able to pick it up a little bit here in the second half. But they were negative yardage throughout the entire first half and even into the third quarter a little bit. Vernon Sharp starts in the shotgun. Rolls to the right and throws over the middle. It's incomplete. Now 9 of 26 for 65 yards. Yeah, that is just not a recipe for success right there. They did bring in a backup quarterback for a series, but did not see a whole lot of success there either. 2nd and 10 coming up. Motion man left. Throw over the middle. Nice snag. It'll be a pickup of 9 yards through the air from Vernon Sharp to, I believe that was number 10, Joshua Neal, making the catch. And those numbers are kind of hard to see. We'll say it's a pickup of 8 yards through the air. Making a 3rd and 2. Here's Sharp back to pass. Over the middle pass. It hits the ground and incomplete. There was some contact between the defensive back and receiver as they were looking to get it downfield to Andre Williams at around the 15-yard line. But it wasn't the best pass either. It was off target. So it'll bring up a 4th and 2 situation here for the Woo. Need to move the ball from 124 to the other. Down to 6 minutes to go here in the game. Sharp takes the shotgun snap, drops way back, being flushed behind, evades 1 sack, now takes off to the right. He's locked in to throw, lobs it up just past an open receiver. Holy cow. Overshot Joshua Neal downfield, who had no one around him even close. But the incomplete pass will turn it over on downs. Back to the Goats here with 5:49 to go in the game. Goats lead at 62-16. Well, Jason, the Woo definitely have some offensive issues that are going to have to be addressed here in the upcoming week in preparation for next week's trip to Eau Claire.
Yeah, you bet. And along with that, also just some penalty issues in general that's really kind of shot themselves in the foot here in this one here in Cedar Falls.
Here is White trying to take off upfield, but he's brought down to the backfield. That'll be a sack by Ty Anderson, his 2nd of the game for the Woo. As the quarterback Josh White goes backwards for 3. He now has 8 rushes for 4 yards. Back to pass is White here on 2nd and long. Dumps it off to the near side. He finds Smith. Shuffles back to the left here at the middle of the field, then pitches it to the left. The ball was fumbled and then ultimately covered up, I believe, by the player who fumbled it. That was P.J. Caldwell down there. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Woo. Malik Wilson actually on the catch, so he will get credited for that. Ends up being a gain of 9 yards through the air. Third down and 1. And another sack. And a flag at the end of the play. As Josh White got spun down. That time making the sack was Jay Wright out of Glassboro, New Jersey. And this place becomes silent as they stop the clock with 4:13 to go in the 4th quarter. And we'll get the penalty call here.
They go against the Woo.
All right, so St. Joseph gets called for the false start penalty. And that'll back him up 5 yards. Goats lead at 62-16.
Thought that was going against the Woo with the ref walking it back.
The Goats will host the Nebraska Siege coming up next Saturday at 7:05 p.m. Here's a throw to the right side. Bobbled and caught. Turning toward the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for Adarius Ely from 20 yards out on the pass from Josh White. So the Goats add yet another score. And Adarius Ely has 3 catches and 3 touchdowns. How about that? 34 yards through the air for him. .329 to go here in the 4th quarter. And White takes the shotgun snap. Flag comes in, throws it out the back of the end zone. There have been so many penalties in this game. And then a second one at the very end. So 2 penalties on the same play here, which that has also happened quite a few times tonight. Well,
perhaps offsetting again.
Then you got Iowa Woo general manager Bob Bruce down here pacing back and forth. And wonder what's going through his mind right now after this lopsided loss.
Illegal formation on the offense.
They're trying to get a number now. All right, so Dominic Marshall called for that unsportsmanlike. And so they're going to assess the penalty after the throw-off, then it appears. So 3:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. And a 68-16 lead for the Goats. So they come back out for the throw-off, and let's see here. 8 touchdowns. Yeah, 8 touchdowns in the game now for the receivers of St. Joseph. Boo Smith has 2 touchdown passes. And 6 touchdown passes for Josh White. All right, here comes the throw off. And this one will be returnable for Iowa with Smith. He runs to the left, still on his feet at the 20-yard line. Cuts it out to the 25 and gets tumbled down there. So a decent return yardage there. Looks like they'll start just on the St. Joseph side of midfield. Here with 3:02 to go in the fourth quarter. A 68-16 lead for the St. Joseph Goats over the Iowa Woo. And this is going to be a major setback here for the Woo. Back-to-back blowout losses after a close one in the season opener. Let's take a look at other games going on throughout the league tonight. A close one down in Springfield. The Memphis Hound Dogs lead the Ozark Lunkers 40-36 with 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Also a good one in Louisiana. Arkansas leads Monroe 39-37 with 8:13 left in the fourth quarter. Here's a pass to the end zone, incomplete from Sharp. Looking towards Smith in the end zone. And that one was a little too far for another incompletion off of the arm of Vernon Sharp. And then Nebraska leads Eau Claire 61-25 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter there. So 2 blowouts, 2 good games going on throughout the Arena League tonight. And another incompletion here. I'm sorry, no, that was complete. Jason, you see who caught that one there?
I believe it was Williams, Andre Williams.
All right, so that picks up 3 yards. Sharp back to pass to the end zone. Caught, bobbled. Are they going to rule it a catch? No one has signaled touchdown. There was a flag thrown. And now we got that to sort out here. It was caught and bobbled. All right. So they're saying that it was ruled incomplete. 2-minute timeout comes with 1 minute, 50 seconds Minute and 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 68-16. A minute 57 to go in the fourth quarter. We're in the 2-minute timeout right now. The St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 68-16. And the Woo have a first and goal from the 2-yard line of St. Joseph. Well, let's hope the Woo can punch this one in here. Try to convert on this first and goal opportunity. But if not, it would be on par with how things have gone throughout the game tonight for the Woo. As we look at the stat sheet here once again, Vernon Sharp, the quarterback, is 11 of 31 for 76 yards, 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. So an inefficient night offensively here for Iowa. Just 85 yards total in the game. Meanwhile, 267 yards for St. Joseph. All right, the 2-minute timeout is just about done with here. There's still some die-hard Woo fans that are sticking this one out to the end over on the other side of the Unidome. Sharp to pass here on first and goal from the 2. Lobs it up. Center of the end zone, incomplete. Well, they'll try it again. A couple more downs here to see if they can put another one in the barn here.
That time, Keontae Chavez right in the middle of the field calling for it, wide open, and Sharp just couldn't find him.
Sharp to pass again. Now being chased down, well, in the backfield, still on his feet, lobs it up, tipped up in the air, almost intercepted by St. Joseph with C.J. Bradley, had his hand on it, tipped it up, just could not quite secure it. That'll make it third and goal now from the 2, after back-to-back incompletions on first and second down. Clock stop now at 1:41 as they do stop the clock here after the 2-minute timeout. Got some people here still having a good time. Hey, they notice they're on the video board now. Third and goal from the 2. Sharp to pass. Rolls left, sets the feet, lobs it up, tipped by one of the defensive backs who knocked it out of bounds. So it'll be fourth and goal from the 2. 3 straight incompletions.
Flag on the field too, and might be thrown in the area of holding, so we'll see if it goes against the Woo here. And it will go against the Woo that time.
All right, so fourth and goal from the 2. Maybe you try to just run this one in. I don't know. It's been a while since the Woo have tried to take it on the ground here, but that's one of the things that the Monroe Greenheads did really well in their Week 1 win over the Woo. They were really able to mix it up. Both of these teams have been extremely pass heavy tonight.
As you would expect in an Arena League game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. You got to
Sharp rolling out to the right, now back to the middle of the field in the left. Lobs it up back of the end zone, incomplete, and no one had a chance to catch that as the intended receiver toppled over the boards. Stefan Chapman of the Woo, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Back to St. Joseph here with 1 minute and 28 seconds left in the ball game. The Goats lead it 68-16. to 16. The Woo will move to 0-3. The Goats will move to 3-0. And St. Joseph will take over with first and goal at their own 2.
It's just the kind of night it's been for the Woo, as they had fresh set of downs on their own 2 and just can't find the end zone.
Sometimes that's how it goes. All right, one more drive here for St. Joseph, and we will be out of here for the night. They're going to go for it all here. Down the middle of the field, tipped and incomplete, but a flag comes in for pass interference on Iowa. As Josh White was trying to find Boo Smith on the deep post down the middle. All right, so that'll be a 10-yard penalty. 10 yards here in this league rather than the traditional 15. So it'll be first and goal for the Goats at their own 12-yard line now. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts left, so don't see any reason to use those, but you never know. All right, here's the snap to White. They are going to hand it off. PJ Caldwell rumbles forward for a couple yards at best. Oh, he just got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it, man. And the Woo are going to use those timeouts. So 1 minute and 3 seconds left here in the game. St. Joseph 68, Iowa 16. I don't know, Woo maybe feel like they need to get the ball back here. See if they can put together one more drive offensively. If they are to put together some stops here. We'll find out. That was a quick timeout. They're right back out onto the field here.
Well, and getting some extra reps and a little more film review as well. And just trying to get these guys to, you know, take some experience and keep applying it to the next week.
White pitches left and turning upfield. And this is going to be a touchdown down the far side of the field. And then a tackle in the end zone as PJ Caldwell. Oh no, that was actually Malik Wilson taking in the touchdown for the Goats. That one was from 34 yards out for the St. Joseph score. So they're going to go for one here again. Here's the snap, and they just throw it out the back of the end zone, incomplete. All right, 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 74-16.
Did you know Murphy's does water softeners? That's right. Check with Murphy's Heating and Plumbing for water right softeners and filtered drinking water systems for your home. Soft water is important for washing and bathing, and great tasting drinking water. Well, everyone loves that. Get your water right water softener or drinking water system today in Hampton at Murphy's. Also with water heaters, new toilets, furnace filters, and more in stock.
Murphy's Heating and Plumbing, because you deserve the best.
Christensen Jewelry of
55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 74-16. And the throw off is coming up. They'll send in Michael Reynolds to do the throw off here for the Goats. And this one will be unreturnable as the throw-off sails to the near side. Trayvon Colbert not able to get to it as it sails over top the boards. So that penalty will put the ball at the 25-yard line here with 55 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Well, maybe the Woo can punch this one in here again. See if they can record their third touchdown of the game. And again, on their last drive, they had a 1st and goal at the 2, but came up empty. Motion man on the left side, and he orbits over to the right. That's that's Joshua Neal. Here's a throw to the right side. Catch is made, and a hard tackle from behind. That one was hauled in by number 4, Andre Williams of the Woo, for just his 2nd catch of the game. That one picks up 7 yards through the air. Sharp throws here to the near side. It's caught again by, let's see,
it's Williams.
By Williams, down to the 2-yard line. So 21 seconds to go. The Woo have a chance to put this one in yet again. Here's Sharp's pass. Rolls left. Now being chased out to the right. Throws over the middle to the back of the end zone, where it is caught for the Woo score. Keontae Chavies picks up the touchdown reception.
Be his 2nd one of the night.
So the Woo are not done yet. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. And they'll go for 2 from the 10-yard line here.
You
74-22 now.
Suppose they try an onside kick? Just for the fun of it?
Well,
after this?
I mean, you might as well, right? The 4th and 20 from their own 5.
Couple timeouts in the bank, too.
Oh, yeah. See if you can put together an epic comeback here in the last 13 seconds. And here's the snap to Sharp, being chased down to the backfield. And he gets slung down for the sack. So the conversion attempt is unsuccessful. And with 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter, the St. Joseph Goats lead the Iowa Woo 74-22.
And is North Iowa's go-to store for a gift that will be truly treasured. From wedding and engagement rings to a present for someone special, we have over 17,000 pieces of fine jewelry, gemstones, gifts, and decor. Known for quality repair, jewelry and watch restoration, and custom design. Stop in and discover our wonderful store in downtown Hampton, or shop online and have your items shipped right to you. Go to christensenjewelry.com right now and see why people from around the Midwest come to Christensen's.
Dumont Telephone.
The Woo will try to convert a 4th and 20 here to try to keep possession with 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter, trailing 74-22. Sharp back to pass, fires it over the middle, it's incomplete. And the Goats will take over at the Iowa 5-yard line. They'll have another 13 seconds to see if they can tack on another score here. See if they can hang an 80-burger on the board. "13 seconds to play. The Woo will be 0-3. And the Goats will be 3-0. All right. White is out there, takes the snap, and takes a knee. And that will be the game. As you go ahead and put down about -5 on the rushing yards, technically there. All right, final score, St. Joseph Goats 74, the Iowa Woo 22. Let's take a look at the final stats. First of all, for the Woo, Vernon Sharp was 14 of 37 passing, 101 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. And let's see, the leading rusher was Andre Williams with 3 for 17. Leading receiver was Trayvon Colbert with 4 for 37. 2 touchdown receptions for Keontae Chavies. And for the Goats, Josh White was 23 of 37 passing for 244 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And the leading rusher was Malik Wilson, 1 for 34, which was a touchdown. The leading receiver was Boo Smith, 5 catches for 82 yards, including 1 score, 3 touchdown receptions for Adarius Ely, and he had 3 catches for 34 yards. Total offense, the Goats had 296, the Woo had 131. Jason, any final thoughts from you before we send this thing home?
No, just, the Woo will go to 0-3 and got to get back to the drawing board and figure out what they can get done offensively this week.
All right, that will be the key to further success. Woo move to 0-3. They will be at Eau Claire next week. The Goats are now 3-0. They will host Nebraska next week. And we'll do one final run through of the rest of the Arena League scoreboard. Looks like they have come to a close over in Grand Island, where the Siege defeated the Eau Claire Axemen 68-25. The Memphis Hound Dogs have defeated the Ozark Lunkers 46-43. And they're still ongoing. It's a 45-43 lead for Arkansas over Monroe down in Louisiana. Once again, tonight's final score here, the St. Joseph Goats 74, the Iowa Woo 22. For Jason Eaton, I'm John Mowinkle reporting good night from the Unidome. This has been Arena League action on Radio On The Go Sports.